Laudna shoves.
All right, here we go. Some Deer Isle. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Tonight we're going to be playing some more of the Deer Isle Aftermath server for dayz. And yeah, that's the plan, Stan. We're going to continue tonight's episode of Omens Above, Critical Role Campaign, episode 19, season 3. Let's see here. We got roughly about just a little bit over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours or so left of the this episode, and then we're going to be jumping into the next episode, and we'll probably get about an hour into that. So the goals for tonight. Surprised that I'm on here streaming tonight, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and keep it rolling, try to get components to build a lock. I have a feeling that I'm going to probably go back and my shit's going to be gone. I just have a really good feeling about that. So we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
Oh God. I instantly like, oh shit. And then
Go,
Fern hears in her head, okay, Ribbit, let us know if you need help.
So Fern, you are pressed into a cold body of water. Lightless, with a very faint current. What do you do?
Let's just keep leaping forward.
Okay, you can swim with the current. You can keep swimming with the current until eventually the yarn goes taut. How far do you give slack?
Oh, I just keep going as she pulls.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a
Spool
spool.
yarn.
So
Okay.
Pretty far.
30 meters. What do you get at Michael's? What's an average spool of yarn?
I'll look it up. Does it say Michael's on the...
Yeah.
You continue on,
Polyester.
30 feet, 40 feet. There's like a very, very faint bit of just kind of general atmospheric deep blue light. It feels almost like being at the bottom of the ocean looking up, but it's kind of a little bit everywhere to where you have no sense of what's up or down. You see shapes and shadows at your periphery, like there are large land masses or clusters of rock around you, but you're not entirely certain how close or how far they are.
Damn. 260 meters. What?
No way.
That's like a jumbo spool.
This is the first one I clicked on at Michael's. Michael's, everyone.
Do I smell it? Can I sniff? Give some sniffs?
Water sniffs?
Water sniffs?
Looking for...
Just to see if I smell anything other than water.
Make a perception check.
Non-water. You've got advantage.
Oh, I still have it?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Right? She's still the same
Yeah.
creature.
15.
15. It's interesting because this feels ocean-like, but the water itself lacks any sort of brine. It has a freshwater sense to it. It is cold. It's less about like picking up different scents, but there are like waves that have almost like an earthy, iron-like sense to it, and that shifts and goes away, and the temperature kind of shifts, gets colder for a moment, and it feels almost glacial before it shifts again and becomes a little more like a natural temperature. The currents here are odd, and in some cases they pull to different directions. At one point it kind of picks up a bit, and you're worried you're maybe going to lose your tether, but then it kind of slows down. It's slow chaos in a near lightless, fathomless depth of water.
Hear me? Fern? You alright in there?
You're just on your own, out in the middle of nowhere.
I just roll on my back.
We should probably start.
Has it been about 60 seconds?
It's been about 60 seconds.
All right.
We're going fishing.
Yeah, who
You
knows?
start being tugged back, and you're being pulled back. The scent changes a little bit in the water. And it kind of has a. It's oddly like almost citrusy taste to it. Not quite like lemon. Like it reminds you of the lime juice you just had. Yeah.
Slime's all the way down. Sorry.
This is where he gets his drink.
Shoves his hand in there and comes out with a cup.
It's hard to describe, but it has that kind of like acidic taste to it. And you kind of glance over and you see these two very faint blue lights that are just kind of drifting,
Oh no, 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 no,
getting
no.
bigger
Gotta
and
fucking
bigger in your
go to
direction.
the Turbo.
You're gonna get eaten.
I'm gonna try to just go to the to pull myself
Pull
with
the
the
other
yarn
side.
and just
With
try
your
to
frog
start
hands?
Yeah, frog hands. Good old frog hands.
All right, you pull.
Let's roll her in. Roll her in. Roll her in.
And I'm using my back legs.
You're
Real
kicking.
fast.
You're kicking. The slack's coming faster, and you kind of start pulling, totter and totter.
Oh, okay.
The two blue lights get larger, and larger,
No, 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 no,
and
no, no,
larger,
no.
and larger.
Fern? Does it still feel taut?
You manage to catch up to the slack, and you pull and pull and pull before she comes out of it.
What'd you see?
Ribbit.
As you pull her out and you say this, what did you see? The gentle trickle of water that's been coming out of it suddenly like increases in pressure for a second. It begins to pour out from this opening with a much stronger current for a moment before returning back to its general slow trickle.
What was that? Okay. Probably not that direction.
Okay, I'll turn back. Boy, that was very weird. I think that would have gone on forever. I saw, it kind of turned a little blue and there were shadows and maybe some land masses.
Land masses? Was it water? Was it all water?
I don't know. And then I think there was a creature in there with big eyes, and I think it was maybe trying to eat me.
Oh.
So that's when I hurried back. Yeah, I don't know if that's where we need to go.
But it sure was interesting.
Exciting
Well,
diversion. nonetheless.
It was.
Did you hear me in your head at all?
No, did you talk to me?
I did, so that's definitely not.
Okay.
Look at that.
I think it just
Lost you
goes-
for forever.
Where
Looks
would
like I
go?
logged in right
I've
when.
been in the belly of a
Yeah,
big beast
server reset. So
forever, and I would have made a little home in there. And
You would have just lived a frog life.
I'm glad you're, here.
okay, well, I don't think that helped us at all.
Well, we learned something.
We
So I
learned
suppose we
that
did.
this fountain is really wild.
If we ever need to really get rid of something,
Thump.
gone.
That's a great idea.
Well, that's a good idea.
Chetney did not join the others. He's still over by the tree that Orm was in. And he's just petting it, caressing it. Going,
If we ever need to get rid of
tell me
Chetney,
your secrets. Can I smell anything on the tree?
Make a perception check.
Of a
Ooh.
Fey or blah 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 variety from my hunter's bane. Ah, 19.
19. It smells, and you being a person that enjoys kind of the smells of fresh tree, wood, bark, you can definitely tell from the scent. This, were it not living and given enough time to kind of ripen, it would be a fine piece of carving wood. But still just kind of a tree. But as you do take a moment to kind of take in the smell and caress the tree, you hear over your shoulder, shall I leave you alone?
Oh, sorry, I was somewhere else.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and return to my abode. Tell the others it's been a pleasure, and I hope I'll be ready to show you all the telescope this evening.
This guy just watched us shove a frog in the fountain. We look like fucking idiots.
He's just kind of been standing there like, okay.
didn't see him throwing a frog into a fountain. He didn't know what was going on there, but we
All right.
know.
There you go.
a second here.
They're professionals.
yeah.
Oh, my beauty.
And he wanders off back to his home.
Found a dimensional portal. What the fuck has he done today?
So the attackers probably ran off into the swamp, right?
That's what I would
See if this works.
That's due south, yeah? The swamp.
Correct. I mean, really any direction will eventually get you there. And this garden appears to be somewhat central to the hill. So walk far enough in any direction, it's almost even to find the swamp point anywhere. But to the far east and far south will get you closest to just the open swamp area of the Heartmoor.
They also, from my experience, appeared out of nowhere, so it stands to reason they might be able to disappear to nowhere as well.
When they attacked where you're from, there was no, like, ability that they had. Like, did anybody afterwards have trouble remembering them or have trouble remembering any details about them?
Well, I was right there, and I remember it like it was
Alright.
yesterday, so no.
Okay. Just ensuring that maybe Astani didn't get his mind altered in some way in
Jesus
dealing with them. He seemed so straightforward that I didn't check, you know,
He
but
seems genuine. They appeared out of nowhere. When they were felled, they just melted away into nothing. Left us with nothing. And now we are at another dead end. Shit.
maybe the next step is to head to the Omen archive and see what the twins were in search of. I don't know if they were targeted because of that research or because of what they had. I mean, if the attackers took their belongings, then it feels like something they had with them is what drew the attack.
Yeah, were they
If I have to
poking
validate this,
somebody didn't want poked at.
be upset because we're gonna
So how
have
would they have
to
attacked
basically not
your
play.
people, though?
It's gonna be one of the shorter streams.
Does your voice of the Tempest, does she deal with anything celestial? The phases of the moon in any way, or? I mean, you have the tattoo on your arm. Did the Arashari study the moons?
I mean, your first question, that's a little above my pay grade. This is personal.
Oh, all right.
No, I mean, she preoccupied herself with everything around our home.
God damn it.
But if she had a focus there, she didn't share it with me.
You said they were transporting something, or they were trying to make when your people were attacked?
No, they appeared in the heart of our home, our seat of power, and it didn't last a minute. It didn't last half a minute.
Did they just appear?
They
Just poof.
They came down out of a very large tree.
Maybe they can travel through plants. I've heard of people being able to do that.
Yep.
Seems
That
weird.
seems so cool. It's interesting. Yeah, because they keep falling out of trees.
They keep snatch and grabbing.
Well, I had a theory. The reason I was asking about her is because what if they're trying to attack people that are Ruidus born or something?
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know if that's anything, but
Maybe.
Until there's only one left. Maybe there can only be one.
yes.
You are high.
That tree had some serious pollen in it. Ah.
Oh, I can see.
Oh yeah, it turned your tongue red.
Yeah.
The Open Archive, that was in Eos?
Yeah, the city of Eos.
Where's that? Do we know?
Yeah.
It's not on the map. I
That's
looked on the
is it
map.
south?
No.
It's further off.
That is much further south. It's in the realm of, or it's in the center of Aeshenador, specifically in the gloomed jungles of Aeshenador.
The Gloom?
The gloomed jungles of Aeshenador. It is on the southeastern side of the continent of Marquette. On the opposite side, essentially, of Marquette is the Odiran Wilds, and you have to pass through the Hellcatch Valley to get there.
All right. So before we come back and look through the telescope, is there anything else we need to do about town? For instance, do we need to plan for a heist? Do we need to get heist gear? Yeah.
Is the heist tomorrow or the
Tomorrow
day
night.
after?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. So we definitely got to fit out their numbers. So half of them need to die, right? Before.
Are they going to be heisting at the same time? I guess so, right?
I think so.
Oh, are we gonna be in a versus match? Who can get to the item the fastest?
I think so.
What if we get to the back door and they're there? Do we need to? How do we?
I think there's a starting line.
What, we're
is the
taking
notion.
something? We're taking something?
We're going to be stealing something.
But we don't know what it is yet.
And we don't know the layout of the space.
The other team is definitely Hutchin, the ones we've met on the road.
sure.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, okay, so there was Hutchins, who seemed shifty.
Silver
a
Dragon
roguish type, maybe.
Yep. Tiana.
I don't know. Wonder what their deal was. And then there was that
Furless.
Fairbulk. Oh, and then the Tabaxi.
There was a Qatari,
Qatari.
a goblin, a furbolg. But we also don't like the one who did the talking, Hutchin. Might be the leader, or maybe not at all.
Maybe she's just there like
The face.
fake
Yeah.
speaker, yeah.
Maybe somebody
Like
else.
you are for us, Chetney. You know, the face.
Oh my God. What a privilege.
You're imagining this.
I gotta step it up more. I've just been kind of sitting back.
He's
Okay,
still just
I'll take the
staring at
front
the tree.
seat, but I'll, if your interests are safe with.
But do we need like rope? Do we have rope?
I have some rope.
I have rope.
Do we have pittons? Pattens?
Mittens?
Pitons? Patons?
What are they called?
Towns?
Spikes to go in walls.
What is it?
No, I grew up calling pythons, not pythons.
What are
Patons.
they? They're really.
I have
I think they're just
Tons.
willow shade oil.
I think I
The
don't
internet
remember.
kicks our ass every
I know
time.
every time.
But I can't remember.
Like, it's wrecked
Let's
my
just stay
brain.
consistent.
Wall
Look
knife.
it up.
It's a wall knife.
Do we
Pitons.
need
Pitons.
leather
Pitons.
gloves for like
got
so we
leather
don't lose and leave any fingerprints behind?
Well, I have resident-
Literally know we're going to be there.
Yeah, it's not hiding.
We could stop for a selfie.
Can you not peel the skin off your fingers?
That's what the lime juice, if you just soak it
every night. You do it.
Do we need flashbangs? Do we need
Flashbangs would be interesting. Like
Maybe
darkness
like-
potion,
We should
healing
see what
potions.
stores are in.
Yeah, let's
this,
just do a quick
convention
sweep,
store.
quick sweep.
Plus, we have to get limes.
Yeah, we totally forgot.
You did that. Did you do that? No,
That
somebody
we
did
find
that.
that might have some sort of
Yeah.
magical goodies and.
Glancing around and kind of getting an overview of the town, not too far from you, back in Eaton Square.
What'd you say?
I said heart.
Bet on heart.
I got $2 on Looch.
Okay,
It's the first. It's the first thing that died in me, so I figured.
Oh, here's my chocolate.
Places that
First
catch
thing
your
that died in real
attention.
Life.
There's a place referred to as Moss Cobble Wares,
Ooh,
Moscow
wash
Square.
cobble.
which looks to be kind of a general, all-around store for tools, materials, and what the average traveler and person who lives here might need. There is also a place called Not Forgotten, which is looks more like an antique knick-knack place,
I'm gonna go there.
kind of old, kitschy. And there's a place called Witherbow Medicines, which is more of an apothecary.
Oh, cute. Oh my God, I love this town. Seriously, Laudna, let's move here after everything.
Sorry, DM. One more time.
Not forgotten.
It was Witherbound. What now?
Weatherbound medicine.
Weatherbound.
Witherbow.
Witherbound.
Witherbow Medicines.
Medicine.
Not forgotten. Okay.
Two T's.
Okay, two T's.
Not forgotten.
They also sell knitting supplies. That's, that sounds like what
This place is great.
Muscobble.
I love it.
All right, so we're uploading the file again. See if that works.
So what are we looking for? Potions? Gear?
Who's going to the?
Are we
splitting
Who's
up?
going to the thrifty
Potion
place?
gear weird. Let's just do 3 in a row. We don't need to split up. Let's just do. We'll have to split up the conversation anyway. We just do all 3 at once.
3 shopping scenes?
Short. Just. Only one of these is clearly going to be a shopping thing. I think the other 2 are just going to be.
Got a spare mat here.
I think there's only one shopping scene in here. I think the other 2 are just.
This is
are
your guys'
just-
game to play.
It's not a big town, I think.
I'm going to the general store. Who's coming with?
Which one was that?
Muscobble
Muscobble.
Square.
Same, I'm coming.
Start as a
Wash
start.
cobble.
I heard wash cobble.
Get
Moss
your
cobble.
bucket. Open your ears.
We're burning through that one first, then we'll get to the interesting shit.
All right.
Fern and I are going to the general store. Who's going to Not Forgotten?
Me.
me.
Well, okay.
Why we're splitting up?
I'll go to Witherbound.
I don't know why.
Who's
I'm gonna go to
Changes nothing.
I'm going to Witherbound too.
I'll go to Moscow.
This just means you can't buy anything in 2 stores.
Fine.
Best
Only
It's
thing
gonna be
to
great.
things.
It's gonna be great.
telephone.
All right. Let's go and begin.
Wait,
Speed
before-
round. Speed round.
Who should I make contact with?
What?
You're going to the general store?
I am, yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
keep
yeah.
contact with you, Laudna, in case there's anything cool at the general store.
All right.
And I'll
Are you
let you
going
know
to?
if I see anything nice that you might
Yeah.
like at
Oh,
the
your hair
antique
broke.
store.
All right. Yes.
If they have sticky boots, I want boots.
That let me walk on the walls.
Ooh! That would be so. You'd be able to creep out so many people.
I know.
All right, I'll keep an eye out.
Very you.
So cool. I want them so bad. I've only heard of them.
No, I get it.
So,
Okay.
Moss Cobble wares. Who else going? Raise your hand.
I think that. No. I said Witherbound.
Okay. So 3 of you approach. You find a fairly well-worn but dependable-looking general store. Almost a woodsy barn-type exterior. It's just a large, detailed warehouse space. When you walk in, it looks to be just rows and rows of all manner of tools and materials, construction and repair materials. You can see what looks to be fishing goods and just all things that the average denizen of this village might need to keep up with. And there are a handful of folks wandering around and kind of collecting things and looking it over. You do see a tall, broad, big smile, dark brown skin gentleman with very short hair and a cocked eyebrow looks to you as you walk in and goes, "Hi, can I help you?"
Hello. We're new in town. Well, we seek supplies. First of all, the Moss Cobble Inn. What's the one thing that the store is known for?
The one thing?
Or
The
top,
one thing.
top 3, whatever your pleasure.
We're definitely known for our potting materials. There is all manner of interest in potting materials. The earth here is very rich and very ready to bring anything you want to plant to life. And so we cultivate the finest of earthen pottery and all manner of foods and liquids that can be utilized to bring the finest of vegetation to vibrant life. We've got tools, we've got trowels, we've got rakes. Whatever you want, we got them.
That is
Please
so
work
cool.
for the love of Christ.
Do you have fishing materials? Like, do you have like a spool of fishing line?
Yes, we do. We got all types of fishing line. We got fishing poles, we got fishing hooks, we got bobbers, we got sinkers, we got magnets. I don't know how many wants those. It never quite worked well for me, but we got all kinds of things for you that can work.
Yeah.
New age fish.
We're gonna catch whatever the fuck you saw. Okay. Can I get a spool of fishing line, a few hooks, and magnets? Because you just happen to have, let's say, three magnets. How many magnets do you have?
Are they strong, the magnets?
Pulls like a shelf out from behind. I got 7.
That could be a magnet for each of us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all have magnets.
4 magnets.
4 magnets.
So we're getting. Wait.
You hear clack,
Literally
clack, clack,
a
clack.
fishing mini game in every video.
There are these. They're like smooth ball bearings, but they have they're a little bit flat on different sides. They have a kind of a rounded look to them, but they do have 2 flat edges, and they're all stuck together. You can see he tries to pull them apart, and like, you'll figure it out.
Are we also getting a rod?
Do you want to get a rod?
Small spool or big spool?
Big spool.
Biggest you have.
Big spool.
Alrighty. Nice, big, like thick cylinder.
Because also.
What weight is this?
Wait.
Gauge.
Bruh.
How much can it hold before it snaps?
It's fishing line. I don't.
I'll take it.
I appreciate your question.
Laudna, in your head you hear limes.
Oh! Limes.
We got limes.
You got limes?
Well, weird folks here really into limes. Keep ordering it. All right, yeah, let me get it for you.
Wait, a lot of people order limes?
There's like a handful here.
What? Why is that odd?
I don't know.
Limes are delicious.
How many limes do you have?
Like 3 baskets full.
This is the new chair. Did the fascination with limes begin recently?
Yes. Are these imported?
Onset
Question,
condition.
because
It's the strangest thing. Limes normally don't grow here, but these past few months, there's just been...
Shut the fuck up.
No, they're just limes. They grow on the north bank of the
But I
bog.
thought you
Oh.
put soil here. This is something. This
I
is
thought it
something.
might have to do with rootis.
Inside
Ask
check.
if the lime tree was planted under root.
Was the lime tree planted under rootis?
And a
Limes
ready,
of destiny.
Yes, in Katha, in the sky. What do you want from me? Do you want to buy limes or not?
Can I have half dozen hooks?
Yes.
Half dozen hooks, all
And a
right.
dozen limes.
A dozen limes. We'll get that for you right now.
Do you have little fly, little, what are those things called? Actually, I feel like I have that in my collection.
We can make lures.
Oh, I have a few fishing flies.
Do you have any like first aid kits, health potions, anything of the mending variety? I know there's a medicine store, but we want to give them competition, right?
Yeah, don't really do much in the way of potions per se, but as far as like a healer's kit, yeah, we've got a few of those on stock. If you want one of those,
I'd take a healer's kit.
all right, put that in the batch there.
Baby.
And a rod.
Fishing rod, all right.
Yes.
We can throw that in there. Sure.
And a bag of ball bearings.
In a bag of ball bearings.
You're just always gonna have ball
I
bearings.
know.
They're the best thing in D&D.
All right. So we got all this here.
May not like bandits, y'all.
There's a lot of useful shit
Jackpot.
you just bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm very impressed.
Ooh, what about
Climbing
like
equipment?
sure. Yeah, sure.
Do you have climbing equipment? Harnesses,
We got that.
pitons?
What about like glass cutters?
You know, because we're
Why would you need?
artisans. We make
Yes,
mosaic windows.
He's a master crafter, an MC, if you will.
The lost art.
Look at his
Make a
hands.
persuasion check.
Let me see, Chet.
Do I get assistance because Chetney?
No.
Fuck.
Well, look at
You're a corpse.
Persuasion, you say? 21.
Nice. No, I don't carry glass cutters.
Fuck.
Dying art.
That's a specialist tool. It's not really kind of a general sales thing, and generally the purview of burglars and thieves. So
What?
What?
Scoundrels.
I'm not making an assumption. I'm just saying that's why we don't carry them.
Terrible.
That's all it is. Yeah, man. All right.
Ruin anything.
Oh, yeah, climbing equipment.
All right. So all in.
Yep. Climbing equipment, 4 magnets, fishing spool, 6 hooks, 12 limes, healer's kit, and ball bearings.
The healer's kit. Boop. Boop. Say all in 10 gold.
Done.
All right.
I got it.
I can pitch in too.
How about 5 and 5? Half
Let's do
piece?
it.
You should let Chetney you hear in
He's
your
been
head.
paying so much here recently.
I have.
Don't share it.
Do you?
I mean, no.
Anything else you require? Or you happy with your haul here?
Anything else we need? Do you have weapons?
We have like small end utility knives and such, but
Were we supposed to get gloves?
Were we?
No, our FCG was talking about.
we have gloves if you need them.
What is FCG going to do with
Sure, like
That's
like
what I
leather,
know, that's
like
like
leather
the
gloves
call.
or other.
Yeah, work gloves. Sure.
Yeah, we'll take 2 pairs of work gloves.
All right. That's 4 silver.
Fair enough.
You got
With
it.
his feet.
Work gloves. Here you go. Throws them on the stack.
Got it. Okay. I think we're good.
Yeah, the gloves free, like you buy 10 gold worth of supplies and you get free work gloves.
No, they're 4 silver. You just paid for it.
Oh, shit.
Do you have any stuff that you keep behind the counter for like special customers?
Yeah, anybody put down a deposit and hasn't come back on that big ticket item in a while?
You
You want the shovel?
The shovel? An enchanted shovel?
It's just the shovel.
Oh.
I don't know. How much is it?
It's 3 silver.
I don't know. That looks like it's got some damage on it.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
I know.
Okay. Here's your shovel.
We have a shovel. carrying a shovel on his back now. It's a
I have to add that to the character art.
upsold so much.
Just Fern with a shovel from here on out in the campaign.
Potting materials another time. I'm sure they're sublime.
Wait, no, Lana wanted the shovel. Maybe you can like put the little yarn through it and wear it like a little, like a guitar.
Yeah, I'll do an engraving on the handle. It would be legit.
Put my name on it.
It's like those shitty little like baseball bat presents you get your kids with their name carved into it.
Global Slugger, baby.
Okay.
I had one of those.
Let's go meet up with the others.
Thank you. Oh, we didn't get his name.
Oh, what's your name?
Iffy Moscobble.
Iffy?
Iffy Moscobble.
Oh, of the Moss Couple.
Nice to
you've heard
meet
of us.
you.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm not there, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The mysterious voice in the air seemed to recognize it.
Pleasure meeting you. If you see other able-bodied, groups coming through, be sure to overcharge them and be rude. Okay, thanks.
Other gloves. Asking about glass cutters. Don't do anything untoward. And he gives a wink.
Artisans.
All right. And who all is going to Witherbound Medicines?
Witherbow is us.
Alrighty. Now this is a little out of the way. It's not quite in the center of Deaton Square. This is around kind of the northeastern side of the square, and it's nestled between two homes. There's an alley that leads to the back, and in the alley you can see kind of decorated. There are all these long pieces of rope that are kind of hanging with laundry thrown over them. Some of it, the laundry looks like it's just kind of been forgotten there and is turning to green. And elements of moss and vine have taken root in some of it. It just kind of adds this kind of weird little section of almost forgotten swamp jungle that is overtaking the laundry cords. You head towards the back of this. You have to push through some of the scattered hanging strips of material, and you can see there is a shack, legitimately just a straight shack that is built about 10-15 feet into this alley. And on the front you see the wooden sign that's a little crooked to one side that says Witherbound Medicines. There is no window, there's just the door. And as you kind of approach and push the door open on the inside, it is a very simple shack. There appears to be two stools set in the front. There is a counter. There is a door behind it that itself is closed. And you can see there asleep, there is an older woman with like a deep red skin, kind of a bright graying hair with streaks of black that still exist in it, and these like curled horns that turn upward and forward. This tiefling woman in what looks to be a relatively simple looking blouse. It's just kind of mid-nap. Hello?
Sorry.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I was just catching up on some sleep.
Well, that's fine. Everything feels better after a good stasis, right?
Of course, yes. I take it you're to buy. What you looking for?
Well, numerous things. I'm here to ask for a friend. She's having an issue. She kind of looks like she might be cursed. And I don't know if you have anything, if you know anyone, or if you have anything that could help someone.
Oh, I have something that could help you, yes.
What is it?
Wait there just a moment. And she turns around with this like shifting speed that you're kind of, whoa, she's immediately awake. Rushes through the back door, closes it behind and kind of leaves you both, so.
Okay, before you spend a whole bunch of money on this. I don't have any. Oh, I don't have any either. I don't carry money.
I mean, I have a little bit. We'll jump off that bridge when we get to it.
Sure.
You were gonna say?
I was gonna say, I actually think I can help convince myself. So let's not break the bank on it.
Okay, well, we'll see what they got. Maybe she went to get glass cutters.
Maybe. What else do we need here before she gets back? So we can present a united front.
The door opens. She returns and places this squat glass vial, kind of shaped in this oblong, like egg almost design, with a very thin spout top that just flares out slightly. It's tied in leather around the neck of the bottle, and the leather itself kind of straps on the bottom in 4 different places, and you can see it has almost like a somewhat tattered burlap type material that is underneath the rope right around the base that kind of just shreds as it kind of coats the top of the bottle. The inside, it has this like deep green, brown, brackish, opaque liquid that as she kind of swirls it before setting it on the table, it kind of maintains the swirl and these odd textures and colors on the inside. This here is an enchanted remedy that itself, when imbibed by an individual who has a minor curse per se, it would absolve their body of this dark magic's influence.
How much is that? Inside check.
Make an insight check.
Oh boy. Nope. Where's insight? It's gone. Oh, 9.
It's hard to tell. She seems like she's definitely running a business.
How much would it run? How much would it cost if we had we're gonna purchase?
Well, these materials are quite rare to bring together. This would be about 150 gold pieces.
That seems like a terribly reasonable price. We're also interested in items that other sorts of potions or concoctions that might confuse or distract or obscure or refresh. I mean, we have a couple of those already, I think, but
I don't have anything like that.
But anyway, I'm just thinking about the task at hand. We might want to, smoke and mirrors a little bit.
Sure. Blue for the night.
Let me check.
Blend in with the moonlight, anyway.
Some of the things you inquire about, I just recently sold out of, but let me look.
They got it.
Oh, they gave your fucking bird! Asshole!
Well. Do not worry, we have fishing rods.
We got a fishing wire. But the
Sorry, I just sold all my fishing rods, Hutchin.
we have plums. It's the worst joke so far. God.
She returns and says, I do have at my disposal 2 such bottles of refreshing healing enchantment. That is what you were inquiring about.
Those look like things I've used before.
They do. The coloration's a little different, but you definitely can see a similar consistency that reminds you of the healing potions that you've utilized in your past history.
I'd be the easiest person to swindle. Is that real though? Not pointing at these two. Is this real? Do you know?
I'll look. I'll just look and see if these look like healing potions I've seen before, Matthew.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation or arcana check.
Can I guide myself?
Yes.
Okay, guidance.
I think Brimogen.
Sure. I'll just look at all of them. Is that 3 different rolls? What is that?
Well, so you're looking at that one.
I'm going to look at the healing potions
Okay.
first. Oh, my lord. What am I rolling?
So high.
Investigation or arcana, your choice.
God. Oh, wait. What does it say advantage? Why does it say advantage? It says advantage on intelligence checks made to reveal information about an object that you can see.
Yep.
Oh.
So you have advantage on that.
Whoa, that's amazing. 17 plus 6. Right?
Okay.
Oh, no, 17. I read that wrong. 17 minus 1. It's only 16.
Okay. These do appear to be healing potions, one of which appears to be of the baseline variety and one that is a slightly greater variety.
Okay. These are real. What about that one? Okay, I'll look at that one too. The other one. The first one that she brought out.
Okay.
Guidance. Advantage.
I'd like to think you say this out loud.
20.
20. That is an elixir of remove curse.
Okay.
It does indeed remove a curse.
You went shopping with no money.
You located it. But you think that you could. I'm sorry. Excuse us for one moment. You think that you can.
I actually think that I can handle Imogen. She and I have a special bond, and I just feel like
I could tell right away.
Yeah, I just feel like we can I feel like I'll be able to take care of her. And if not, we'll come back here tomorrow when we are rich from our heist.
Can I leave a 7 silver deposit on this one? Just to hold it for 24 hours.
This is on the remove curse.
Yes.
Certainly, I can hold that for you. Yes.
That's silly. Take 1 platinum.
We need that.
Big jump.
That's
Very
that's
well.
the deposit.
What is your name?
You said 7 silver before. It seemed to be working just fine.
What is your name?
Oren.
This is amazing.
Billy,
Excellent.
let me give you more.
Understood.
I don't want to lose it. I understand, but as I've
This will be
said,
held in your
I'm pretty sure I can take care of this.
I do have one more of these. Pulls forward this
Oh,
like
what's this? What's
this
he
like
got?
wrapped leather pouch. It looks like it's tightly bound. It almost looks like a small pillow. It's like a slightly square but soft at glance, leather wrapped with a strap around it. And she picks it up. It has like a bit of a give or a squish to it. This is known as a tanglefoot bag. Last one we have.
That sounds good. How much is that?
This would be 30 gold pieces.
This one, I think we could actually use it. It can trip people up who are in pursuit or possibly.
Last one have to those just get scooped up?
A few of them.
Good to know anyway. Bag.
How do you use it?
Oh, you remove this top leather portion and then throw it with enough force that the contents of the bag spill outward. They themselves expand rather rapidly and create a very sticky substance within the vicinity.
Okay. Do we want to buy?
Robber race? Everybody running against them?
Trying to get away with the stuff.
It can muck up their adventure.
This was 30.
Indeed.
You sure you can handle Imogen?
I'm gonna say 100%.
That's a 50%.
I'll just put down 10 more platinum, and I'll buy the Tanglefoot bag instead.
Very well.
Instead of the deposit.
Yeah.
Very well.
And our friend who was here before, Hutchin, right? Can you tell us, so we don't double buy? Can you tell us what she purchased? She, right? She?
Yep.
Make a deception check.
Come on.
I believe in you.
I will assist.
You'll assist.
Yeah, I'm
How do you
smiling.
assist?
I'm
You
smiling.
assist by smiling.
Look
Look at this.
at this smile.
Sure.
20.
20. I don't recall this name.
Silver Dragonborn.
Yes, no. I spoke with your friend earlier. What did you?
Well, I just, we all kind of split up on our shopping mission today, and I don't want to double buy something that she already purchased. So, can you just inventory me real quick what she got here?
She was looking at one of the previous pages.
Amazing.
So there was 3 Tanglefoot bags. There were 2 smoke bombs. There was a handful of potions of healing, much like these before you. There was one, the only one I had, of a vial of gaseous form.
That's so smart. So they can go in small places.
Thank you so much for your help and for helping our friends earlier. I hope you showed them some good customer service as you showed us today.
They were quite delightful.
Yeah, thank you so much. Your name again was?
Oh, my name is Tima.
Tima?
Yes. I am the proprietor of the Wither Bowels.
Well, hey, why don't you go back to your nap, because I think we're all done here. Thank you so much.
I shall. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So little money. It'll still be fine.
Alrighty. And what is there anything else people were doing?
Oh yes, we were going to Not Forgotten.
You're going to Not Forgotten. Okay.
Oh yeah, you forgot. That's fine. You tripled us. This is what happened.
Okay. And that's just the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. So you head into what is a very quaint-looking older homestead here. It looks like it was a house that has been retrofitted now to be essentially an antique and knick-knack store. As you go, the front door, like the roof itself has beautiful wood kind of scrolling designs. It has almost like the Victorian roof detailing on the outside. It very much resembles kind of like the grandma cabin you would rent in Big Bear. It is very sweet, and upon stepping inside, it is cluttered as fuck. The shelves are filled front to back with all sort of tiny little carved wooden shapes and people. You can see little like porcelain designs. You can see like tiny dollhouse furniture. It is very much a knick-knack antique store. And to the very back, you see. I mean, it is empty. There is nobody else in this establishment. And in a rocking chair to the back of the chamber, you can see in the process of knitting themselves an older dwarf woman with sun-scarred skin. You can see like where the sun damage across the forehead and nose. Beyond that, just tan from a life outdoors. Simple clothing. Her hair like a deep brown with streaks of white across the sides, and she has this long chin tuft of matching hair that itself is kind of braided down, and you can see occasionally as she's knitting she has to like knock it out of the way because it keeps getting stuck in her knit before she kind of looks up. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
Yes. And I'm gonna open my mind and just kind of hear her thoughts as they come in.
Her thoughts are,
Oh, this is quaint. I haven't seen anyone come in here in quite some time. It's very good to see some faces. Don't recognize them, huh?
you wish to go deeper?
Not just yet. Not just yet. We are new to town.
We're new to town.
And we're just wondering, this shop just seems so fabulous and wonderful.
Just so much stuff, and so much of it's so unique.
Yeah.
Well, most of it's handmade.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of this, it looks like maybe it was previously owned, some of it? Or was this all made by you?
Some of it was previously owned and was brought back when folks didn't need it anymore. Some of it was friends of mine, some of it's just things I carried along with me through the years, and one day it'll find a home.
Have you ever procured anything or had anything returned that was enchanted, or?
Oh, I mean, many of these pieces are enchanted, most definitely.
Anything special comes to mind?
Oh, yes. Depends on what kind of stuff you're looking for. Do you want, like, bright decor? Do you like childlike designs? Are you thinking specifically, soldiers and toys for the little boys? Or are you looking for candle holders? I got candle
Actually,
holders.
toys are that's very interesting. You see, we have friends that, we like to play practical jokes. We're very, very big into practical jokes.
Mm-hmm.
We like just poking each other on occasion, something funny, and they also were new into town. We all kind of came into town together, and we're looking for something particularly unusual that, sometimes something that startles, surprises, is interesting, something to catch them unawares, maybe.
Maybe
or
one of these little clown dolls would do it.
Yeah, they pop out of. It looks like it used to pop out of the. Let's. No, that doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna put that.
You want one of these specific clowns? I can do that. Yeah.
Do you have anything that,
Magical in nature, maybe. Super surprising, unusual, very old.
Certainly. There's a piece in particular that was designed by my trainer before me. Was quite the master of toy making himself. Let me just remember.
what was his name?
His name was Otgar.
Is that true? Sorry.
Yeah, Oatgar or Oakgar?
Otgar.
Yeah.
OLTGAR.
It's like Starbucks. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm gonna be honest, he was kind of a cutthroat little dick who almost ruined my business.
Oh.
I just picked up and left out, went to Superior Haven, and yeah, here's what I do. But his work was good, to say the least.
Well, I'm always excited. Places like this, everything is interesting, but there's always something very special.
So you want something spooky?
Yeah. Mess me up.
Okay. All right. So there were 6 of these that I had commissioned, and there was one that was left behind. It's particularly creepy.
Ah, that fucker.
Goes back and opens a box and pulls it out. You see this like marionette that she draws out. It's kind of hanging a limp in her arms. It's maybe about tip of feet to top of head, about 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet long. And it has this kind of harlequin look to it, but the porcelain face is featureless, just white, except for these wide, eyeless, or eyelidless eyes that just kind of look straight forward. The bells kind of shake. Ching, 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 ching.
She would fucking die.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
She pulls it forward, the head kind of
Again.
limps to the side, and
how much is that?
oh well, I've been trying to get rid of it for some time. I'll be happy to part with it for 5 silver.
I love. Yeah.
It's on the table. Got any other? Just crazy-
Is that magic in any way? That's just.
Well, I certainly hope not.
We'll name her Annabelle.
Wow.
I mean, like this is great. I'm amazed. Do you have anything else that's interesting in this way, either spooky or
Cradler in my arm facing.
That's
Perfect.
upsetting.
perfect, wonderfully upsetting practical joke material, like something that makes noise, something that like flashes, makes light, or like you know.
Oh yeah, what about like a Jack in the Box, maybe like a delayed sort of situation?
I could find something like that. Got music boxes. We got some Jack in the Who's It like sort of circumstances. I can look into it. Hold on. She gets up and walks over to one of the shelves. There's something so delightfully disturbing about just glancing over and seeing Liam just like intently sucking on his ring pop while staring at me.
I forgot to remember the names.
It's like I've had this club night. How you doing?
3 floors up. It's very tall.
Scared me.
All right. Comes back with this this dark stained wooden music box. Looks very simple. She goes ahead and you can see there's a little metallic crank in the side. And then lets it go, and it just slowly begins to open. You hear this ding, 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 ding. And as it slowly opens up, you can see like the metallic gears and inner workings of the music box. And there's this kind of smaller, almost obsidian box lid on the inside. As it opens up and opens up and opens up, the music plays, and the music stops. It leaps out.
Fucking work.
The lid pops, and you see emerging from it what looks to be a large, like almost cartoonish. After you get past the adrenaline burst, almost like a devil face with these large kind of curved horns that curve outward into the sides. These brightly painted eyes. One's a little bit off to the right, and it just kind of like emerges on a spring and kind of shakes for a second there.
That's amazing.
I bet that would really do the job.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I think we'll take that too.
This will be a gold piece. This one.
Oh,
I'm just happy to get rid of this stuff that nobody else here
I've
buys.
got
You got
that.
some real
I've got
interesting
that.
tastes, I gotta say.
All right.
You have an amazing collection here. It's truly spectacular.
Thank you. Tell your friend.
Oh,
What is your name again?
Oh, sorry. My name is Zadro.
Adro?
Zadro.
Zadro. Sorry about that.
So, Zadro Ichtlin.
absolute bloody pleasure. This is great.
Is there any anything truly magical in your possession that you know of?
Oh, you mean like magical?
Yeah.
Not really my purview. Sorry. I just
Or-
make toys.
Or a little dangerous. A little dangerous. Our friends are kind of tough, so we like occasionally like show up the hammer. Sometimes a bit of.
Oh, do Do you have anything specifically wood chiseled?
Oh, yeah.
Most of these things are wood chiseled.
Oh.
That's how I made a lot of these things. That's how that marionette I gave you, I chiseled myself.
Oh.
Genius.
I can't wait to show it to Chetney. I bet he'll really enjoy it.
Dangerous ring a bell on anything, or?
Dangerous? Oh, yeah. I am listening to her thoughts. So on the dangerous thing, do I hear anything?
I mean, surface thoughts. She's going through like dangerous. Well, you know, if you drop some of these things, they're gonna break. And that'll cut your foot up if you step on it.
They were good. Oh, so jacks. Do you have any of those like classic jacks games with the ball?
Oh yeah, no, we got some of those. I'm saying one of them is actually no, that's a little dangerous now that you pointed out. Yeah, let me get that for you. She goes another toy box over here and moves alongside
jacks.
some of these like stuffed animal elements, and then pulls out a box of like spiky metal toy bits.
Man, I love a choking hazard. All right.
That's a silver piece for those.
Silver
there.
piece and that's 2 silver pieces. You're magic. Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
We'll be back. That was
yeah,
amazing.
I do have someone that I think will really enjoy meeting you.
Okay.
See you
I
later.
love this place.
Take care. All right. Now that you've all done your odd bits of
Jeez.
shopping here, and
Sorry, Matt.
no, why are you apologizing?
I got a plan. I'm so
This
excited.
is silly shit, man.
Catch some fish.
That was amazing, though.
Is there like a
We got
botanist in
three
town though?
It's one of those people that only does eBay. All right, so you all gather up at the tavern where you had set your rooms, I assume, unless you had another place you'd prefer to meet up.
Great. All right.
All right. What else would you like to plan before the day is yours? It is starting to get close to sunset now that you guys have gotten into yours. So you have about
Gather up and go.
Go look it through the telescopy.
I'm so excited.
Maybe we can grab a quick bite to eat.
A little bite.
If we are going by the Sodden Grange Inn, might not hurt to know where our competitors are staying in relation to us.
Well, they said that she probably would. They wouldn't stay at the Sodden Grange Inn when we asked about it in the.
I think they did say that.
We asked about Yvonne Hidroga.
Yeah, I think that's.
Well, that's
Yvonne
their-
Hidroga is one of the people in the group or something.
No, she hired the group.
Yeah.
But they're probably staying with her.
Yvonne Hydroga actually is the owner of the
Flamboyant.
museum that you met.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Isha
Isha
Sabanis.
Sabanis?
Yes, that's the one who hired
that's the
them.
competitor burglar.
Oh. So we haven't actually asked about the group.
No.
We just asked about
We
her.
asked about her, but I assume they're staying with her.
We don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
she's
know.
not very kind.
All right, you want to ask the front desk?
Sure.
Do it.
Hey!
Guide.
Right, Davi
There goes
turns.
our face.
Greetings! Some of our friends may have come through here. Silver Dragonborn, tall female furbolg.
Yeah, well, no.
No?
Katari?
Male goblin, a male Katari, no hair. Very.
Don't think I've seen those folks come through here. It's all right.
Silver Dragonborn, though?
No?
Insight.
Make an inside check.
17. No, more than that. Jesus, 19.
19.
Oh boy.
Oh,
this
they
is like
got
my
paid.
third.
You've got
some-
They got paid.
paid.
You've got the marionette?
He found his insight check stat very easily on D&D Beyond is all I'm saying.
Which you did not do earlier. Which you lost your insight.
But I was looking at D&D Beyond either way.
Oh, we're gonna go.
I understand.
So yours
There
are-
It's gonna be great.
so many people that come through a place like this. You know, I was wondering, do you know of anywhere that we might be able to find some food, and I'll slide a gold across the top of the desk? I sure would like to be able to find our friends.
I think you might be mistaken. I haven't seen anyone like that, and
Oh, Butterfingers! I'll just take this back. Thank you. Thank you for your help so much. It is appreciated. Ta-ta! Follow me. Stay in his fucking face.
They're staying
He's
here.
hiding something.
Well, which is it? I mean, they're definitely here. Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, he was being shady. I don't know why. But you know what that means? We gotta clear all of these rooms. In the dead of night, kill everybody inside.
Okay.
It's the only way to be sure.
On Dobby.
I'm Dobby. Okay. You catch the surface thoughts of Dobby's brain are not nothing to worry. More just like, there's some competitive forces around here. Well, paid me well enough to keep it alone.
Go ask again. Go ask again.
What? Oh, and if I ask again, that'll do it, or do I have
I
to?
might be able to hear his answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Just one more thing. I need to leave something for our friend, that beautiful Silver. You haven't seen them yet, but I'd like to leave a package with you if that's all right, and that way you can just, if you happen to see them, you can make sure they get it.
I can hold on to something, yeah.
There's a silver dragonborn, a hairless Qatari, a goblin, and a furbolg. Just picture them in your dome.
Why?
Chet, ask what room they're in.
He said, they're not staying here.
How do you know? You hear in your head, not out loud, by the way.
If you were to give 4 hypothetical rooms away, what vacancies might you have this evening?
I apologize. I'm not at liberty to discuss other people who choose to stay here.
May or may not choose to stay here.
Am I hearing anything in his thoughts as Chet?
You get the sense there's a little bit of frustration in the mind. And a hint of like, this guy is not getting the hint. all you see, there's no like specifics. Just like, I'm trying to. Why is this guy so interested? This is probably exactly why they don't want to be found.
How we doing?
It's not working.
You can push deeper if you want.
Well, no.
I see I'm making you uncomfortable. I have that effect. Guns. Thank you. Have a nice day.
It says guns.
Nothing cooler.
Gives you a nod, gestures with the pipe, and doesn't seem offended by anything, but more just holding his ground.
Maybe I should go ask.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna give anything up. It's weird though, when you asked about it, he didn't even think about their room number.
That's weird.
I know, right? Usually when you bring it up, people are like,
Oh, I shouldn't tell him.
You're like, don't say the number that's in my head.
don't say 5.
It's almost like mind reading is not an easy out to every information you can find.
We're either gonna have to be on our guard,
Said that to me.
heavily defend our
Your
position,
conscience.
or stay somewhere else. That's what I do. You know, open them up in the middle of the night.
Well, we should protect ourselves at night, for sure, in case they come looking for us. We should also sniff around the hotel, just in case. But for now, we need to go look through a telescope.
Hey, Dobby, sir.
Oh boy,
Mm-hmm.
still on it.
Well, I just want to make sure, obviously, other people that may or may not be staying around this area have asked to not be found. That's a given.
That's not an uncommon thing around these parts.
But did anybody come sniffing around asking about us?
Not particularly.
Not particularly?
No,
maybe
no,
just a
no
little-
one said. No one asked any questions about someone like you.
All right.
Well, maybe you should keep your mouth shut about us. Did you catch my drift?
Give him a go.
Make an intimidation check.
You're just gonna intimidate.
I'll just intimidate. I'll try that
Catch
first.
these hands.
5. I pull out a piece of gold. Just gonna put this slider right across to you, right in front of you.
Looks at it, looks back at you, takes another puff.
I swear
sweeten the deal with a lime.
Those are, I mean, you know, those are hard to come by here.
Make a persuasion check.
Me?
Yeah.
I give the lime, not the gold.
Guidance.
Guidance?
No, I have it. I
Oh, you have
I have guidance.
You're
Yeah.
a cleric?
Guidance?
I have guidance.
Amazing.
great.
What do I, is that a D4? What do I got?
Yeah, a
Sure.
D4.
You add a
D4,
D4.
you add a D4. That's your guidance. Wait, what am I doing? Persuasion? 10, yeah, 21. Ooh!
22.
So it's a mighty fine lime.
It's even ripe. Right now, you can have it. Juicy.
Scoops the coal and the lime over the table. I didn't see anything.
All right, so we're going to look through a telescope?
Yeah.
Do all of us need to go for that?
Only if you want to.
You want to do something else?
I mean, it's a telescope. How fucking exciting can it be?
I spent like 7 years of my life thinking that Red Moon was made of cheese. I'm very excited about this.
Cool. You could all report back. I'm going to keep a lookout.
Hey, Chet.
Yeah.
There is a store here where Ashton and I went. It's a toy shop. Now, we thought it was an antique shop, but it is a toy store. The woman there whittles her own wooden toys.
She's a whittler.
And I'm just gonna refill in here first. And
Did you finish?
I think she might have killed a man.
it's a used ring top and some Fritos
in a bag of Fritos?
and some old Fritos.
I was just seeing if
Weirdly
there
in
was
character thing to say.
How discreet.
Very firm.
I just wanted to try.
I'm just gonna have a couple of licks.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's salty. From the Fritos.
You guys know I'll eat anything.
Yeah, you should check her out. I just,
Remove the competition.
well, no, I'm not saying
fall
kill her,
in love.
Chetney. I'm saying you might have a lot in common with her. Maybe you can discuss, I don't know.
What was the name of the store?
Not Forgotten.
Were there, and then you said there were hand chiseled?
Yeah.
I'll be sure to stop by.
All right.
Careful,
Yeah, maybe
she could
you can
fucking
head
cold
over.
murder her.
Don't kill her, Chet.
Why would I kill her?
I don't
Why'd
know,
you
you
go
just-
dark?
I don't know.
I'll pay a visit. But I'm gonna keep an eye out. Might post up on the roof, find a way to skip a look, and then just keep an eye out. So if anybody's coming or going, I can clock them like a hawk.
From the toy store.
No, from the inn.
So you're not going to the toy store?
I don't know. You don't need to know my itinerary. What I need to do will be quick.
Well, when you're done,
Can't even look at you.
It could be any number of things. You don't know me.
Which could there be?
Well, we're gonna go to a fucking telescope.
I want to see a cheese moon.
Okay.
I finished going to the trash. Definitely a trash panda.
There you go. Yeah, you gather a few fun things in your pocket you think you can save for later.
We depart.
You head back over to Blue Herald's Ridge, the outside of the Moss Light Manor, where there waiting for you is Professor Roastani once more.
Come on in. It seems the time is right to show you what I wanted to. I think you'll be quite interested to see it.
Leads you inside. The sun at this point has now been set for the better part of an hour or so, and the night sky begins to release the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stars above. There you see Katha itself, still moving from one side of the sky, and the red, round Ruidus still visible kind of across the way, itself slowly arcing over time. Takes you back to the observatory chamber and leads you atop the uppermost platform. It gets underneath and does some tweaks, shifts over and grabs and turns a large ratchet. You see it kind of shift a little bit with this heavy kind of screeching. Stops, goes and checks it again, makes some more tweaks. You see it shift a little more closer there. Perfect. Who would like to look?
I'll go first. If no one. Oh, unless somebody.
no, go ahead.
Okay, I'm doing it. What? I don't actually know how this works. What do you?
Make a perception check.
That's a 15.
15. You glance through and you can see now, it's framed a little bit to the right, but you can see the round visage of Ruidus. And you've seen it in the sky, but here you can see there's all manner of unique textures across it. Brighter lines, darker lines. It almost seems to have this kind of soft reddish glow to it that you've noticed in the sky, but now you can see like bands and differences. There is topography to it. You can see looks almost like crevices and almost like mountain ranges across it. It has it's something more than just a colored sphere. It's quite beautiful.
This is completely amazing. Okay. Yeah, y'all need to do this. This is crazy.
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'll guide you.
Ah, come on, motherfucker!
I'll help her by smiling.
I see shit. I see shit all. I see 7.
You see 7. You look through it, and it's kind of hard for you to focus your eyes a bit on it. You can see like it.
Oh, it's my glasses. Hold on.
Oh, now she has canonically glasses. Giving into the fan art. The sheer force of fandom has.
What are those? Huh?
Sure.
Why not? No, I don't know.
Reading glasses.
TBD.
Schrodinger.
She needs glasses,
Yes, she
apparently.
needs- yes. That makes so much sense, actually. Maybe I could buy them somewhere. Anyway.
All these thoughts, but I can't see shit.
It's kind of hard to focus into it, and there's an impatience to you, especially given kind of the driving thread of notes and answers and weird.
Eyes start watering up. Makes it harder to.
He looks back through again. It's like, I need to adjust it a little more. Takes it there. He's having a hard time focusing. Can somebody with keener eyes than maybe I?
I have some pretty keen eyes.
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, guidance. Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, come on.
It's starting to lose. You can see like it's
Burn.
the
No,
moon's like
no,
shifting out of the.
Look, see. Guidance.
Do I guide you?
No, I'm putting it on
You can
myself.
do it yourself all the time?
I don't know. Yeah, you can do it all the time. Can? Okay. Oh.
Wait, what am I adding? Okay,
I've had a religious experience. I don't know about the rest of you.
Don't you roll with advantage anything you can see?
15.
15.
For
Okay,
something else.
you glean the same details that Ashton begins to pick up, but it's about this time that the clouds begin to settle into the night.
Wait, Imogen, I got it in the spot. Can you look one more time? Right here? Because I got it just right.
I want to take a look.
Orem should take a look. It's so important to him.
I don't even have to bend down. The right height. I'm gonna re-roll my natural 1.
What the fuck?
So the best one, this is perception.
Correct.
19.
Oh, that's pretty good.
19.
Could have got it.
Guidance.
Too late. And this is the last shot before the clouds begin to overtake the sky. But you peer through and you kind of give some verbal cues to Istani as it begins to shift it until it gets to just the right point and the focus hits. And you can see the same textures. Something else catches your attention. And there's a brief moment where you kind of instinctually kind of inhale. And the first thing you think is She should see this. I don't know where he had placed it. You see what he had seen. And across some of these details and striations and mountain ranges, it's challenging to kind of understand, because some of it seems almost like it's shifting or moving. What you thought were like static shapes, there's movement to it, and you realize there's storms. There's clouds, red clouds, and the occasional flash. And that's where I'm going to break.
My hair is sweet.
Back here in a few minutes. We'll see you here shortly.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. It's the little things in life. Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
Darling, I'd recommend buying two. One for you and another for you. Let's be honest.
Can you put donuts in this? Only one way to find out.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Hey, critters, it's me, Marisha Ray. I had exactly a minute and a half of free time today, so I thought I'd make a little unboxing video for y'all, unpacking everything you get with a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. Okay. Safety third. What was that? Oh. So the first thing we've got here is our live and professionally moderated chat. Twitch is the only place that you can actually get this. You know, it's a little strange to hold because it's an amorphous concept, but honestly, you can't deny this craftsmanship. It's really well made, and oh, you can post links in this too. That's really cool. So yeah, put that in your chat and click it. Oh, yeah, this is cool. This is the ability to watch all of Critical Role's VODs immediately after the live broadcast ends and before they're uploaded to YouTube. Oh, it smells like ranch? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's me. I had ranch on my salad earlier. Yeah, this smells like nothing. Oh. Here we have gift subscriptions, which you can, either give to a fellow critter by name or at random using a fancy Twitch algorithm. You can give away a lot of subs with this, which I guess it's why it's so heavy for something that's technically non-tangible with a value that's deeply subjective to the consumer. Oh, Sick. Yeah, I'm so excited to show y'all this part. With the Twitch subscription to Critical Role, you can use all of our incredible custom emotes in chat. We have so many emotes in here. Let's see, we have, oh, Arc Dad, super cool. Yeah, we got.
All right, we will be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, but in about 2 minutes, should be back up. So, stay tuned.
Welcome back. So, having all headed into the observatory, taking a moment to gather around the telescope, Orem catches something odd and unique to his eye and draws in Imogen. Glancing in, you see a sight that triggers a familiarity within you. And it kills Travis.
Going to find a warders.
Nothing worse than choking on a chip.
Yeah, I think this is
That's literally
what I did. Need some,
Should we?
you okay?
You're right there, buddy?
Yeah.
Aw. This is why we rehearse so much, because
Yeah,
it gets this
I'm glad
level
we're
of.
back from break right when we are.
D&D Beyond.
Does it, I mean, it looks like what I see?
It's reminiscent in some ways, yeah. Different, but reminiscent.
So am I dreaming about the moon? Am I dreaming about... I don't understand.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah.
It's quite beautiful, isn't it?
I back away from the telescope. As far as I can get, actually.
And it was just fading out of sight, right? Like that was the last flick you
Starting
started.
to shift out.
Go over to Imogen.
Are you all right?
see it so often. I didn't believe it actually existed. You know what I mean? Like, to see it when I'm awake is, I don't know what it means.
Well, you said in your dream you're always at your farm, at the ranch.
Yeah.
But the sky.
And then the storm comes in. And why does my mother tell me to run from it? Why did I see Bertrand in it? Why did I see the twins?
Stony mentioned earlier that it believes that it can grant powers of prophecy.
What if it is opening some kind of rift into another plane? What if these people aren't actually passing on? What if they're just somewhere else? Why is my mother telling me to run from it?
Perhaps she's in it.
She's in the storm?
I don't know. She just knows that it's to be avoided.
What if she's trapped?
What if she doesn't want you to suffer her fate? I'm just spitballing here, by the way. I don't know.
Do you know anything about the studies that they did on people?
The studies.
The essay, the essay.
The professor that... Why am I... The professor that,
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, that she was talking about earlier.
Are we referring to, Khadija Samal, you mentioned earlier?
Yes.
Her work was after my time. If this is the same study that you mentioned, something that the Loomis twins mentioned that there was continued research in that direction, but never got around to discussing it specifically. The day that they passed, they mentioned that they had found something important. They wanted to talk to me about it. And that was when they were taken from us.
Did they have... I know we were kind of talking about this before, but did they have their bags on them when you started the walk?
They did.
Okay, so it was taken. And it's...
Speaking about the table, we struck out on finding notes from the Loomis twins at their estate. Just seems to be no records of their notes, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Cleaned out.
Did you happen to, speak with anyone about the Loomis twins and... ever?
Not beyond... Not really, no. I had no reason to. No one really talks to me beyond them. And the few contacts that I do keep from my older days in academia, just sort of keep in contact with them individually. I have no specific reason to. I was hoping one day, if they were interested in publishing something, I would be able to vouch for them and introduce them to some individuals, but I believe they had already kind of begun to make a few journeys to Eos themselves. To be perfectly honest, I felt my utility to them getting a bit unnecessary until they came to me, wanting to discuss this Omen archive that they were seeking.
So they made several trips already, or at least a few.
They'd been there once before, at least, yes.
Yep. Fuck, someone found my shit.
You never knew your mother. Did you ever... I mean, obviously you met her at least once, but when you were very young, were you with her, or...
I think somebody
you don't
found my
know?
shit.
You just don't know. Because, dreams oftentimes are, manifestations of things that you're stressed about or worried about in the future or hopeful for, but they can also be, repressed memories or things that you had been told as a very young child that you didn't understand and sort of tucked away somewhere in there. And I don't know, maybe this is something that was shared with you, shown to you, an experience that you had as a very young child that you didn't even remember having, and it's sort of bubbling back up. Not that it actually happened, but maybe it represents something that happened.
That's a great theory. I don't know how I would find out. I mean, short of going back and forcing my father to tell me. I mean, he just avoided the subject so much. And I don't think I ever realized how important it was until I was with you.
And if you asked him and you told him how important it was to you now, you don't think he would help?
I could try sending him a message.
Oh, those motherfuckers took my scrap. Didn't they?
I don't think he wants to see
Fucking sons of bitches, dude.
Well, who wouldn't want to see you?
somebody that
fucking
doesn't like
trash.
having their thoughts read.
Well, maybe we could go talk to that professor.
I would love that. I mean, I do think, not just for my sake, I think the city of Eos might be a place to...
Yeah, it's the next stop.
Potentially. I mean, it's such a far destination, it seems.
Yes, but whatever this is, it was overseas as well.
That's true.
It's not local to here. I don't understand it, but we're nudging at something big that we can't see yet. Except you maybe in glimpses.
What is the professor's name again?
Professor Neos?
Neos?
No, in the city of Eos,
Yeah.
it's Professor Khadija Sumal.
At the Aiden Ian Cemetery. Did I
Yeah.
write that down right?
Adinlin.
Aidinland.
Yeah.
Aidinland
Yes, Aidinland. That is what I wrote, and I just read it wrong.
That's okay.
You know, Miss Stoney was also saying there's a lot of beliefs around people who are rude as born and their importance to history. I always said you're quite capable.
We don't even know that that's true for me.
I can't deny the similarities, though.
Maybe you're gonna change the world.
I think she already has.
It certainly changed ours.
Fuckers.
Well, thank you for letting us look through your scope. If you want, I can give you some of. I carry some grease with me. If you want, I can put it on some of those squeakier gears to make them a little less creaky.
That would be delightful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Go squirt a couple splooges on each. I think that's how you measure grease. Couple
Yeah,
splooge,
splooge of grease.
4 splooges is more than enough, thank you.
A unit of splooge.
And it's amazing that, that the Vice can see so far, and it's so lucky that, Ruidus is facing us, too. Well, you know, it's just a flat disc, right? And it just happens to be facing right at us.
Poor adult creation. In time, maybe you'll learn. Well,
Do you think my hand and my head are on the same plane right now? Or right next to each
No,
other?
I can see in 3 dimensions.
Okay.
I have parallax.
Perception issue this whole time.
That moon is definitely round.
Yeah, it's a circle, all right. Yeah,
Well, it's
you can see it.
it's not flat. I think your programming is.
Perhaps that's something Milo can
That's
update.
Oh, God, that'd be
We'll
wonderful.
put it on a list.
All right.
Long, long list.
Have I ever noticed, I mean, I don't think I would have ever thought about it, but a correlation between where Ruidus is in the sky in conjunction with my dreams? Does that?
Keep a journal.
Nope.
Make a history check for me.
Make a moon check.
Oh, guidance.
Oh, it doesn't
Well,
work
I
out.
mean,
You
Can
don't
I
even
guide
know what I'm
her
gonna
to
do.
think silently?
Yeah,
Not
especially if I
really.
haven't like spoken it. I wonder.
Clunk-a-lunk. Nice.
19.
19. Very good. I mean, you don't have a photo memory of every single time you've had one of these bad dreams, but they definitely seem to. They seem to come more often at certain times of the year and then diminish. And almost a 6-month cycle. Which definitely seems to correlate with the 6-month orbit. And it is ascending.
Oh no.
So they're gonna get stronger?
At least more frequent.
Honestly, we should keep a dream journal. I
We
can't
should.
believe we haven't thought about that.
Start doing
I'm a
that.
little
There were a few
surprised.
notes that I made last time, but detailed dream journal. I'll help you. It'll be great.
Estani, can I ask, would it be possible to reposition this to look at Katha?
Oh, yes, of course. I could use somebody's help here.
Yep, all right. This is what I'm good for. Come on.
All right. And it is a heavy amount of cranking as the entire device has to shift around. It gets stuck almost at certain points, and you can see.
This booth is,
Eventually getting it right. Goes, inspects it, makes a few adjustments. Slight rotation back as it overshot until resting. There you are.
Okay.
Very slowly, and sometimes with the neighbors' help.
All right.
Come.
I'm gonna look.
Okay. And now, as previously, like Ruidus maybe took up, a quarter of the space you have to look at. Katha is encompassing.
Fills it.
It fills it entirely to the point where you're catching just a little bit of a sliver of starscape behind it. But it's a very clear, beautiful view of the crater-pocked, white, silver, warm, welcoming evening moon that has guided so many people at sea or land for as long as there's been life on Exandria.
I think orange just looks for 20 or 30 seconds. Quietly. Thank you.
Of course. Believe me, I understand. He peers into it again once more, and he looks through. He goes, "Goodness, I come to the end of my life. I do believe it's been well spent. Just thinking about it all. Anyway."
And I gently clap on the shoulder. Says that, and then I float over to the group.
Thank you for keeping this old man some company for the past couple of days. It's been a day. It's only been a day. I'm starting to Starting to lose it myself a little. Well,
How like near death does he look? How? Is this guy
Some old people. Here we go.
Save you see what happens.
We honestly, I'm asking because we got to be careful, you know, us around old people.
No, I mean he's definitely like geriatric. You know, you're not terribly familiar with the kind of health and lifespan of Unia, but he doesn't look like he's on death's door by any means. But he's certainly up in his years. You know,
Decompose on him.
Oh my god!
Oh, you missed the hit, Jenny.
No effect so far.
Great.
I was off rhythm, off cadence. I had to catch up.
You had to do 2 and 1?
I had the wrong week.
Can I ask what the fine print says under grading?
I don't know what it says.
All right.
anyway, what is your business now?
Oh, what is our business now?
I think.
We gotta go to sleep.
I'm
We
still
gotta
perched
sleep?
out
We
on
have a
top of
heist.
the inn.
Oh, that's right. We gotta go catch up with
I
Chitney.
didn't come back to that. I didn't go to that telescope. I know the moon well enough.
That's right.
So I've managed it because it's a 1-story dwelling. So I've managed to climb a way up and just keep like a low sniper's profile over the roof and just keep track of anybody coming and going, hoping that old silver dragonborn.
okay. Roll perception check.
Yeah. This little beanie.
Little boof. When I go real stealthy, I turn it inside out.
Oh, nice. Dark blue.
Perception check.
Yes.
13.
13. Okay. Well, they're out for a little bit, probably no more than an hour or so, given the time that they're going to visit. Nobody catches your attention. There's not a lot of travelers in and out of the inn necessarily. You do see one figure that leaves, and at first glance, like, oh shit. But it looks to be somebody you don't recognize who's just heading off into the night. But no sign of the Silver Dragonborn or any of their companions. Until eventually you see the rest of your compatriots begin to return.
Oh.
As we were leaving the Astani estate, can I just pull him aside and just ask him, do you happen to have any extra of these ocular magnifying lenses lying around? I just thought maybe in the future I could like make something to give me some.
Oh, that's.
We can purchase them maybe, or.
No, I understand. I did not build this. I am not a. I helped design it long ago, but I am. This was constructed for me when I retired.
All right.
So I don't have any extra materials.
That's fine. I can find a looking glass somewhere and bust it apart or something. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
No worries.
Oh my god! I almost forgot that I had him an almost dozen lines.
Oh, you've just been holding them in a.
I just had him in a satchel.
I just, I don't know, we got so distracted by the moon.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. This is the secret to keeping my fit form. Yes.
Time of day.
It's the longevity that catches up to you. Thank you so much. Well, have a good night. Stay safe. So he wanders off happily with his lime satchel.
I guess we can just get to the heist. Is there anything else we gotta do? I want a heist. I want a heist.
We can sleep
Sleep
and
it up
skip
and-
time and
Time jump.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
jump?
But we should give Lana
We should give Lot.
just before we go to sleep.
Although, yeah, it's probably gonna hang with like, yeah, it's a thing for everybody, but definitely
Right.
because we're gonna use it. I think it could come in handy
Alright.
tomorrow. But yeah, we should show her.
got me a present.
I'm gonna
We thought
Oh
of
my
you.
pull out
goodness!
from my
Pageantry.
I don't know, my bag that I have definitely on my person.
We all have bags.
Yeah.
Pageantry.
And as I start to pull it out, I use my
Anticipation.
telekinesis to move its little head up to look at her.
Oh.
And I have it
Walk across the room. Over to
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
She doesn't even have a name yet, Laudna.
She has no name.
I've seen you in my dreams.
She shall be called Sashimi.
Sashimi.
Yes.
Pate has a girlfriend.
I was working on that.
Oh.
Pate can get around.
What do you think?
More than one, Chet.
He's writing.
Polly puppetry.
I was saying here polyraterus.
Polypuppetus?
Polymuppetous.
There you go.
Come up with something
I
for
make
the happy
I
couple.
make Sashimi give Laudna a hug and look up at her.
Oh, she's so dear.
That's amazing.
Pate just kind of tilts his head. Then he looks back at me. And he looks back at Sashimi.
And I look at you. I'll save this for later. Thank you. How's... It's incredible.
Should we show
I don't
them?
know if Pate's going.
A couple things that are more or less surprises, but we could.
Let's see, what are you up
show them
to?
a fun thing.
Yeah.
I come down off the roof. If we're all going to bed, I'm just gonna go back over to that tree where Orm sculled up and take out my mallet and chisel, and I'll start taking off pieces of the side of the tree and stowing them away, and then I'll make my way back into the inn.
Okay.
Some pieces of bark, some other
Another bit.
handed it. I have an idea. I had to switch. You went and bought the thing that I was making for Laudna.
Sorry.
Oh, it's cool. Bought it with your own hands, didn't you?
Well, it wasn't made by an MC.
How do you know?
She didn't claim she was an MC. She did say she knew an MC. What was his name?
Sucker.
Oltger?
Oat picker or some such.
Something like that.
Yeah.
She said he screwed her over.
Fuck that guy.
Maybe all MCs are bitter old men. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
It's late.
You all right, Jetty? Did
I
you
need
see?
to go to bed.
We've also got this box. Don't you want to see the box?
You got a box?
We got a box.
Yeah.
Look at that box.
What does it do?
I don't know. You got to turn the wheel.
Start to
Find out.
wind it and then let it sit there.
Is it a music box?
Yeah. Check this out.
Does it have metal in it? It's basically gonna poison my skin just from touching it.
Whoa.
That's like if it didn't open at all, you just did that.
Yeah, well,
It's very effective.
take it any way you like.
Oh no!
Healing word! Healing word!
Should have just let this play out. I wanted to see how well it worked, but fine.
That was close, Laudna. Fern, I don't know how much longer we have.
Oh no.
Perhaps we should.
What's that?
Never mind. Go to bed.
I don't think we should test your heart anymore.
No.
You know?
Called conditioning.
It's just a lot of cardio.
We gotta focus. We got a heist to do. Oh God.
Oh my God, the camera.
My glasses went in the trash.
Next to the ring.
I think while everyone is yelling at each other, Orm is clocking Laudna walking away with this little lady hanging from little ropes, and he's just thinking of the story she told him the other night.
You just see Pate's little dead rat hand just grab onto Sashimi's ass.
Instant heat. I'll make something for the two of them.
I'm gonna regret this purchase.
I'm not.
You're not the one sleeping next to it.
Nope.
This head is great.
Yeah, no, really, that was
Where
the
do you-
big selling point.
We can use that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of looks like one of my uncles.
You have an uncle that looks like
It
that?
was like a.
A little bit. In the eyes or something.
The cold dead eyes.
Yeah,
There's
cold
a lot
dead
of
eyes.
cold dead eyes going around.
All right.
Day.
We go to sleep.
That's
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
Drink.
Y'all go to bed?
Yes.
That's it? Okay.
I'm gonna tie a little bit. We're gonna grab a little bit of that fishing.
No way,
line.
we don't go to bed. We gotta be on our guard.
That's why we're gonna tie. We're gonna tie a little
Oh.
fishing line.
Okay. Making sure we don't.
Before I go to sleep, I look out the window and look up at the moon.
Okay. Which one?
The red one.
Which window?
I'm just trying to clock where it is in the sky, so I.
Takes a second to look through. The tree canopy is kind of over in the direction of where it is, but you can see it peeking through that dull, glowing red sphere in the sky. Okay.
I'm gonna take shit. I'm gonna take first shit.
Shit.
I'm gonna take shit.
First shit.
Who wants to hold my hand?
Fine.
We have 4 rooms. Do we want to knock it down into 2? Just
Might not be a bad idea.
Probably.
sure. All right. I'll stay up in one.
Okay. All right.
Except the other one.
I'm gonna go to sleep,
Okay. Everyone else go to
holding
sleep.
on to the
If the doors,
purple sky.
if the doors open in, on the outside, pull a little Caleb and tie some actual fishing
We
line
have the fishing line. We can. Yeah.
on the outside, so that if they open it and try and sneak in, they'll catch it.
Yeah.
Good look. No, okay.
We got it.
Okay. So go ahead and situate some sort of audible tripwire device. Okay. All right. Go ahead and go for the first watch. Both of you guys roll perception.
Man, that really sucks. I lost my medal.
16.
16. Okay. At one point, you kind of listen out because you hear some footsteps kind of creaking down the hallway. They don't seem to slow and don't seem to pay mind. Just move on past whatever chamber lies beyond before you hear a door close towards the end of that particular hall. You feel confident at least there wasn't somebody paying some extra interest to what you were staying in. Eventually, your shift ends. Just take a next shift.
Up.
Up.
All right.
Good.
That's perfect. It gives me 3 pieces of scrap.
Okay. So both of your perception checks, if you don't mind.
It's 21.
Okay.
24.
Nice. Both of you feeling pretty solid in your watch as you just kind of hear the gentle sounds of your compatriots sleeping, maybe slightly snoring. This late in the evening, doesn't seem to be much movement, motion. It's quiet, it's calm. And your mind's wandering a bit at times.
Stand over Imogen.
Okay.
Just watch her.
Does she notice my hand in the pouch with the rock?
With that perception roll, yes.
I've got my hand in the pouch that holds the purple stone.
I'm silently watching this.
Put my finger under her nose, make sure she's breathing.
Probably.
Just kind of look at the stone in your pocket. Huh. That's all.
Okay. Imogen.
No!
It got red. No, it's only pink fuchsia. If I, oh, no.
The image fresh in your mind as you drift off to sleep. That final bit of odd, cold connection with that distant entity in the night sky. You go to sleep trying so hard to think of anything but, focusing on memories, friends, even just nothing. You feel like you almost succeed. Until suddenly you find yourself once more in that familiar field. You feel your stomach sink. Your horse runs off. The wind picks up. And you almost don't want to turn and look as you hear the crackling of lightning and thunder. What do you do?
What do you want?
Towards the house?
No.
Towards the storm. The wind is now blasting their face. Around you hear the sounds. The wind is battering you. Your eyes, you're having to squint to keep it from blinding you, but you look forward, you take a step into the storm, and as you do, it gets stronger, colder. What do you do?
Why? Where are you?
Run, Imogen. Run.
I don't want to run anymore.
What does it feel like?
Stronger, scarier. And standing where you are, the storm begins to overtake the entirety of the sky above you. You glance back now to the farmhouse, and you see it now falls under shadow. What semblance of a blue sky that usually was what drew you to safety is starting to fade. What do you do?
Did you run? Did you run?
There's no response. Just the ever loud, deafening sound of the storm.
I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't know what to do anymore. I walk forward.
Further into the storm. Take another step. And another. Your eyes sting from the wind. All around you is just this landscape of endless black and red. The light begins to darken. You feel alone. And then you're not. Before you, you see a shape, a shadow, standing there. A woman. Strong. Defiant. You see not a face in this outline. Just a figure standing there. And you watch as other outlines step out from behind it. 2, 4, 8.
Do they feel scary? Do they feel...
They just stand there. And one in front. You can't even see it, but you sense a smile. Not comforting. Intent. Focused. Malice.
Can I hear its thoughts?
You try and concentrate. It's not quite a mind you're grasping for. You realize as you reach out that there's nobody there. This is just a vision. The loud crack, the storm consumes you. Cold entraps your body. Darkness takes your sight, your mind. And you wake up.
Did you have a dream? Are you okay?
I'm not dead.
Wake up, Lana. She had a dream.
You're not alone either.
I remove my hand from her pocket.
Oh my god.
No, I was just checking. I was making sure you were okay.
She get anything?
Grab some water. Bring it over. I went into the storm. You went in this time. How was it? What happened?
It was terrible and cold, and there were people there, and I don't even know who they were. I couldn't tell who they were, and they were looking at me, and
Did it feel warm? Did it feel inviting?
no, it didn't feel inviting. It felt malevolent.
I grab a journal and I immediately start the dream journal. And just start writing everything down.
What does it mean that I went into it? What does it mean?
That you're strong?
That didn't feel like my mother in front of me, right? It didn't feel like my mother standing in front of me.
There's an odd calm and comfort to the sound of your mother's voice in the dream that you've had over and over, time and time again. This presence was unfamiliar.
Did you hear your mother?
I did. Until I didn't.
Until you didn't.
I heard her until I was in the storm.
Did you can't see any discerning features or faces on these figures?
No, it was too far. Dream me.
You dream, it's lucid.
I'm in control of what I'm doing, yes. I'm not in control of the environment, no.
Did you feel like whoever was standing there saw you too?
Oh, they were looking at me. All of them were.
Do you know how many there were?
You recall, and it was 2. There was 1. And 3. And 5. And 10. It was like stepping out from each other. More similar.
Not like the same person, but did it feel like one person with many presences?
Kind of. It's hard to pinpoint. It all seemed like at least a uniform cadence, a uniform presence.
What if you're dreaming of those shadow people, the assassins?
She's dreaming of these people who are moon touched.
We gotta get more information.
I also think it's smart to be on our guard. Take watch, even if we're in a hotel room.
Yeah.
These people seem to come out from anywhere, and I would murder everyone around us if anything happened to you. Murdery spree? That sounds fun.
Well, the interesting thing is, it seemed as if you did have a little bit of control.
I've only ever run before.
I think next time it happens, I think you need to explore.
Yeah.
How do you feel physically?
like I was eaten whole.
I just don't want any of this inflicting upon you in your physical form.
I think I'm alright. I just don't want to sleep. That's all.
I'm gonna check her markings.
Good idea.
Okay. You can make a medicine check or an investigation check, your choice.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Natural 20. Come on. Interesting. It's extremely faint. But those markings on her skin appear to have just ever so slightly grown. Ever so slightly, a quarter of an inch. If.
Well, this all seems normal. Yeah. I'm just kidding. They've grown a little bit. I'm sorry. I just was trying to keep you calm, and then I don't. I'm not good at that.
What do you mean they've grown?
Oh, they just sit there a little bit longer. I remember last time they were by this mole. Oh, not that I'm staring at you intently. And then they just grew a little bit more.
Oh my God, you're right. In fact, would Laudna remember if, like, slowly over the past 2.5 years of being with Imogen, if they feel like they've slowly creeped up over time? Or is it just unique to this one?
I'll ask you, Imogen. What do you think? Incrementally. Slow enough to the point where unless you looked for it intently, it would be too gradual to make note of it. At least in the time that you've known her.
Rings on a tree.
Yeah. But as long as you've had it, you definitely know it's been a very slow, continued spread.
I think it looks so cool. You know, it's like a pretty, such a pretty bird.
Maybe by the time I'm Estani's age, I'll be covered in them.
Make you look very wise.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you... I don't know how to say this, but do you... Are you enjoying this path? Actually, I don't know. Do you want to?
I love certain elements of it, I do. I think more than anything, I want to know why, where it came from. I want to be able to control it a little bit better. What if it is malevolent? What if it's coming from a very bad place? It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it when I use anything. It doesn't feel wrong.
Does it hurt?
No. Feels sharp.
I have one question for you. These dreams, how long have you been running from it?
Since they started, which was about a decade now.
10 years.
Yeah. They've been getting stronger, you know. I mean, like, it started out just being a storm in the distance, and then it would get closer and closer, and...
looks out the window, up at the moons. Maybe running isn't the answer.
Yeah. It felt like for so long that there wasn't a choice, you know? It was just a given that it happened and I would run and then I would wake up. It happened and I would get to safety and then I would wake up. You know?
Sometimes we have to learn the same lesson over and over again before we understand we need to change our track.
Yeah.
I hate that you're alone in there.
I know. I didn't have the stone in my hand this time, did I?
You didn't check to look.
Have you ever gone to the house in your dream? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's usually where I would run for safety.
We'll figure this out. You're alone in there, but you're not alone out here. Often find a little bit of understanding helps in easing the fear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, that I did something different, but I certainly would have never had the courage to do it if I wasn't with y'all. So thank you.
Well, I've written everything down that we've been talking about. We're going to keep a nice record going forward. I'll put a little date next to this. And then, I can probably backtrack a little bit and if you want information before about the previous dreams.
Great. Maybe each time you can try to do something a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll say this. It doesn't seem like there's anything we can do for you in there. He reaches up high and taps her on the head. If anyone shows up here, have you seen these people?
We'll gut him. Lick salt.
I'm not there.
Just kidding.
No, though.
I'm gonna take a little ribbon.
Yes.
And let's use some of your yarn.
All right.
I'm gonna tie these around your
Are we
wrist.
making friendship bracelets? Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So when you're in your dream, you can look down and know that you're gonna be out of it soon and you'll be back with us.
That's brilliant.
Okay, does that work?
I love that so much. Thank you.
And twist the yarn a little around the red ribbon. Make a little.
Also try and throw it in. I'll show you the clip later.
What time is it?
Well, it's
At
got
this
a
point-
couple hours left, right?
Yeah, it's like, we'll say, maybe like 3 in the morning.
You should get some rest. I know it's hard, but it's probably time for my watch anyway. Watches every night.
Oh, God, that's so much.
No, it's not.
Everyone here loves the fuck out of you. Fucking murder, motherfucker.
And we would be doing it anyway. We would be doing watches just 'cause, so don't be stressed.
All right,
Okay,
sweet dreams.
Good night.
Well, I'm just gonna turn 3 little circles and then curl up on a little pill bug ball in the crook of Fern's knee.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I will just lay there and do third watch with you because I can't go back to sleep on it.
Okay.
I just try to ease Imogen's mind with a little, like burlesque routine. And there's no words. I'm just, emoting through a little Muppet dance. This new tryst between sashimi and pate.
Wonderful. Okay. Final watch is who?
Oh, I thought.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and roll perception checks for me, please.
20 total. Oh, nope. Is that an 18? That's an 18.
I'm
22.
useless right now.
That's okay. Makes sense. You're a little a little shaken up. Okay. Keep proper watch. Pretty comfortable. Seamless evening. Eventually, the sun begins to come up. The morning greets you. The next day is here. Ensure to prepare whatever spells you might need for a heist, whatever you think might be viable.
Speaking of, remember how I said 100% I could cure you of your blue skin? For sure I can, but I would rather not today. Because we gotta do. No, I couldn't do it last night. Maybe tomorrow? Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
One more day with the blueberry? So-
I feel like she'll blend into the surroundings more. Maybe advantage on stealth.
I think it's gonna bring us.
Do you think Samandorian has a nosebleed right now and he doesn't know why?
Oh, we gotta tell him.
Yeah.
All right. So, as the morning becomes day, is there anything you wished to do in advance, or do we move ahead to later in the day and then midnight for this event?
Yeah, let's move ahead.
Move ahead.
Do-
I prep all my
Think we're ready.
spells.
Good job.
Less time.
Oh shit! I should prep my spells. Prep.
We hand out all the stuff that we bought, and lightly assess that we are prepped with a jack in the box and some jacks and some ball bearings and
Give it a couple yards of fishing line.
Let's
and
give everybody
they
some
have
fishing line.
smoke bombs
Some ball bearings.
and potions of gaseous form.
They do.
They do.
Yeah. Who's the stealthiest? Here.
Isn't it?
Is it
Chet?
Chet?
Chet is stealthy.
I'm a +5.
+5.
I think the music box should go to you.
What is it? Oh, it just scares people?
Yeah. You can place it,
We're
you
about
can
to
set
Home
it, you
Alone.
can roll it, and then it'll just be there ready
That's
to
a
go.
Home Alone.
Yeah,
house.
let's be real.
Activated by movement.
No, when you let it go, right? You just hit the switch.
You wind it up, and then release it.
Do you want to use it or do you want somebody else to use it, Chet?
It's good because you can place it and then back away, which is what I was thinking, is if we need it, it's one of those things where if you want to draw someone to it or if someone's coming to you, you can leave it and bugger
Give it
out.
to somebody else. I don't think I would use that correctly. You have to like hit the switch and then it starts its thing, right? You have to be close to it.
Yeah.
You have to, yeah,
I
start
could,
it.
you know what? I can do it with telekinesis, so I have to do it from a distance. Yeah, so I'll keep it.
That's fun.
Better.
That's sexy. I'm into it.
I'm not bringing any attack things.
I'm keeping the tank foot bag.
I guess I'll prepare some healing things because I have to, right?
And any, it's good to have a couple.
Yeah,
especially long
I've
range.
got a few.
Anything good to make us more stealthy.
I can.
I have a smoking bottle of smoke.
Oh, that's good.
Just to remind you.
Anything windy so that we can push fog away. Anything that will cause gusts of wind. Shit like that.
Not me.
What did
A
you
little
guys
bit.
expect?
It's not super strong.
Well, since there's going to be foggy things and smoky things, maybe being able to gust wind could be a.
FCG, you have 2 of those potions, right? Healing?
I have one healing potion.
Oh, I thought. Oh, we didn't buy those 2.
We did not.
Okay.
But you can have it.
But I can reach those.
How
They're
much-
right there.
You do actually got
Ah.
How much were they?
We never asked.
2 coppers.
We had no money. You can have mine.
No,
I can do it with magic.
why don't I
If you'd
take
like
it?
to, if you'd like to go buy them during the day before the event, you're welcome to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can always-
Theoretically, how much would they have been?
If you want to go ask, it'd be
I'm broke. I am
50 and 150.
Dead broke.
50 and 100. Oh, we should definitely get
200
them.
gold for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Split it up between the party.
I'll throw
Oh my goodness. I'll take one. So
I got 50 gold I can throw at that.
I'm just setting it on the table.
Here,
I'm never going to use it for myself.
Boom. I'll
The
take.
nail.
Yeah, so I'll put 50 in for that. Someone else has got 150.
I got it.
I got
I'll put
1
in.
platinum and 7 silver.
I got the whole
I'll put in.
150.
Whoa.
Whoa, really?
He's already a jewel
Stole
thief.
all the loot and then never gave it away.
Be good with your money,
He
kids.
had so many things of platinum that he never passed out.
You've got to invest.
Well, good.
Alrighty.
let him buy healing potion.
But it's fine, because he's fine.
Exactly.
The sun, the sun sets. The night comes. You gather your things, distribute your materials, and then about an hour till midnight happens. You gather your supplies and begin to trek out to the Twilight Mirror Museum.
Hooded lantern that I'm going to give to you just in case we all get separated. The hooded lantern, you can
aim
aim the
shadow
light.
it so it's
exactly.
Oh, I have Pass Without a Trace.
I mean,
Do we have?
I've also got 1 round of Pass Without a Trace.
You do?
Whoa,
Okay.
just one.
Great. You have Pass Without a Trace and Guidance, and what else do you have in there?
It's Druids, man.
What do you need?
Let's go. Let's go, RJ.
Would you like to know?
All right.
I mean, I would.
Stepping along the night street, you approach the familiar exterior gated perimeter of the Twilight Mirror Museum. The front gates are open, and there you see standing in the front walkway of the courtyard leading to the front of the estate. You see the 2 guards, and there, dressed to the nines, Mr. Ivan Hytroga. And it looks to be another grouping of individuals to his left.
Nope. And we wrecked.
Yeah, wouldn't
As
that be
you-
funny?
Oh,
These fucking people.
we're just being
We're just petty jerks.
Funnily enough, no, it's totally them. You step in and see the familiar faces, and as you do, they look back at you all and kind of give like a, knowing nod. And of all of them, Hutchin, the one you were speaking with, kind of gives like a cock nod and a bit of a smile. Ivan raises his hands. Ha! Welcome! It seems everybody has arrived, which means the events are at hand. He raises his hands, and these like sparkles start spraying magically out of his sleeves. They go about 3 feet. It's really not all that impressive, but it definitely lights up the vicinity. Just kind of smiles around before ending them immediately. So, we have and would like to welcome Hexam's proxies.
Oh, Bell's Hells.
Bell's Hells.
We're applauding for ourselves.
Yes, we are.
We are.
The guards clap, the other team claps.
Bell's Hells.
And as the proxy for Sabanis over here we have, and you watch as Hutchin steps forward and goes, we are the, kind of looks back at the rest of the group. Let's call ourselves.
They
I have it written.
coming up with a name.
Yeah, no. I had it in my notes here, and I fucking lost my place. Hold on.
Ain't easy, is it?
Focus group.
There it is. I had it in the wrong sheet. That's my problem. We are the verdict.
Oh, that's cool. Damn it, that's cool. Sounds like
Guards
a band
him
name. I
clap.
like it.
Pretty cool.
Whatever.
Very well.
Bet it took him like 7 months.
So, both teams may enter the abode however they say fit, but be respectful of the other wares and decor, and any damage to my museum that I find unnecessary will lead to immediate forfeiture. Only one way to find out. You are to find and acquire within my vault a simple lapis earring of the mythic djinn Harudan. The djinn who built and subsequently dissolved his modest kingdom of Taj Najmeh at the behest of a clever beggar who entrapped his logic in an agreement that undid his nation during this age of Arcanum. This earring is known as Wind Folly.
Wind folly?
It is sealed somewhere within the estate behind me. Sparkling magic sprays out once more behind him to accentuate the line. Do not worry.
None of my defenses are fatal, I believe. You have until sunrise to bring this item to my hands. If no one manages to procure the item in question by then, the wager ends in my favor. So, any questions?
What does it look like, this lapis earring? I mean, can you show it to us? How will we know when we find it?
You'll know. All of my objects are identified, tagged, and given cute little bits of information about them. It is a museum.
But like, is it a dangly one or a pearl?
It's a hoop with it's gold with lapis gem in it. You'll know when you see
gold hoop with lapis gem. Got it.
So not hidden, on display.
All of these things are on display.
This is in the vault.
But what?
Didn't you say it was in the vault?
It is an area called the vault. The museum. We'll figure it out. All right. Figure it out.
Big gallery.
Shh. Any other questions? They can be about me.
I'm personally enjoying your mysterious nature.
Oh.
Will we expect traps down there?
Oh, maybe.
And I'm excited. These traps, are they designed by you yourself?
They are designed by individuals I paid quite a sum to build.
Are we all going in
Front door together.
together? Yeah, or is there like different starting areas? Because it's just, it's just so awkward. Yes, when you're like, oh, hello, are we going this way? Oh, are you going this way?
We all go the same way, like.
And everyone's walking.
Yeah, you say bye
to the
see you
same,
later.
the same carriages. And then there's very.
No, this is all very good points, actually. How about you stand over there on that side of the road, and then you go stand over on that side of the road, so so you're not next to each other, because that's weird, as you said. And then, when I clap, you go, and it's up to you to find your
And
way.
we all just run towards the same location.
Well, it depends if you're all going in the same way. I mean, there's many ways in. Look, it's an estate.
We're allowed to break things to get in?
If it's required.
Yeah.
Where is the ring? Or the earring?
Somewhere within.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, the rules of the game are we have to acquire this object and make it out.
Make it out and bring it to me here before
Do,
sunrise.
do all of us have to make it out alive?
No, just one of you.
Just one of us. All right.
And if there are accidents and people who aren't in our group get hurt,
Oh, yeah, are we allowed to engage with the opponent?
does,
Oh, that is entirely up to you. I mean, look at them. You glance at the other group and they're just sitting there kind of like sharpening their weapons.
We'll try and keep it clean.
Yeah.
We'll try and keep it clean.
Archie goes, oh, we're going to keep it clean. If you even find us.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Can I ask you to remind us of like the layout of the building that we are looking at here? Like we're at the front of, like how big is it again? Was it 3 stories?
From what you recall, it is a 3-story building. The final story appears to be an extended attic, and it is built like it is, I guess you would say, a mansion, but it has almost a palace-like aesthetic to it. It is a bit garish. Definitely stands out against this surrounding neighborhood. There are windows. They all are heavily barred. At least from what you can see here in the front.
Okay.
Intentionally, it seems, you haven't been given the opportunity to make much of an assessment of the full grounds. Part of the entry includes figuring out what you deem to be the best means to enter.
With such an opulent building, do you reside on the premises normally, or?
I do indeed.
It's fabulous.
Thank you kindly.
How many bedrooms does it have?
I guess you'll have to find out.
Well, is there an entrance we should avoid that is your personal quarters?
I doubt you'll be able to find your way in, so I think you'll be all right. I would recommend perhaps not taking the front door. It's a bit obvious, a bit garish, and my guards are right here. But I'm sure you can find other unique ways. Being very well-trained burglars, being chosen for this endeavor, is that right? You see, Hutchin kind of gives like a little bit of a bow and says, we are indeed quite practiced, and I think this is all a very fine show of upfront sportsmanship. And I, speaking on behalf of my team, am quite excited to see what you're capable of.
Wait, so if we did go in the front door, the guards would not let us in? Like,
Yes, guards do not let you in the front door. So if you wanted to go through the front door, then you'd have to find a way past the guards. That's part of the challenge.
A ticket for the museum.
The museum's closed. The tickets aren't taken right now.
Oh, because it's midnight.
Yes.
I understand.
Sorry, good question, good clarification.
Yeah,
I'm just a bit...
No, just wanted to double check.
On a normal night, do you do like a midnight flashlight tour kind of thing? So
Can I just take a look at the weaponry of some of our opponents? Like,
make a perception check.
Perception check. Got it. 21. It's already 21. 23.
23. Hutchin, you see... you can't see everything beneath the cloak, but you do see what looks to be either a rapier or longsword sheath on one hip, and you see what looks to be a dagger hidden in the left boot. And you rolled pretty high, actually. You do also see what looks to be a small, like dangling case of crossbow bolts in the left.
Why, hello there, Mr. Boyzo.
On the hairless
Hello.
Qatari you look at, you see...
I believe. Well, first of all, my name's Glitchy. Nice to meet you. I do have your nails.
On the
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
who's not wearing any armor.
I have in mind.
Is it human and a goblin, or?
Yes. There's a human. She has a massive warhammer slung over.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. You too. You have a great smiley day, friend.
The goblin, you see, has actively a light crossbow, kind of just like tucked under one arm under the cloak. Like at one point it did peek through and you caught sight of it, and then just kind of keeping it hidden. And the Firbolg looks to have nothing. No weaponry.
That's the problem.
But also the goblin,
Art curator.
just the light crossbow might be some sort of a
That sounds like a problem,
mage.
too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Any other questions? I'm an open book.
Are you seeing anyone?
Immediately blushes like, oh, I'm not one to be tied down.
What
Well,
is the
before-
focus?
Oh no, go on.
The focus of your museum is fill in the blank.
Well, now that you ask, I have spent the majority of my paths traveling all across the seas of Exandria, past the undying mists that
thought.
enshrouded the shattered teeth. I spent most of my youth with the Wanderman Assembly, where I began my fortune. And after that, spent 7 years studying under Prefect Thoshai in Vasselheim, where we became great friends. And I was privy to many secrets of the city's history.
Oh, it's low. Low. 9.
Hard to tell. Seems very forthright in the intent. I was also a close personal friend of the late sovereign Uriel Taldori III, and the last sovereign of Grossar, and was present on the assault of the capital that took the sovereign's life. It was a desperately terrible event. But I have traveled the world. I have met and befriended many individuals. I have procured all manner of relics and artifacts and historical objects of great significance and import, and I keep them all somewhere in here for the public's viewing, and tonight to be interesting for you to see and dangerous for you to surpass. I'm excited to see what you can do.
To the members of the verdict, may you have a fair fight, and if I invite all of any of you who wants to say a prayer for all of us to go ahead and do so now, before we embark.
Hutchin kind of steps forward,
hand on what looks like some sort of a sword kind of resting there. Well, that is very kind of you. Not really much the praying sword ourselves.
Check and see them there.
Yeah.
But indeed, good luck to you as well. Are we really standing? Yes, stand over there, and you stand over there.
What would you suggest be the best place that we sneak in at?
Who are you asking? You're asking
Yvonne.
Yvonne?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not. You figure it out.
I've got my detect thoughts up though. Hoping it just like pops up in his head.
Okay.
Like a white elephant.
I will say for the surface thoughts, there is something there, but it is currently blocked with a sea of frustration and tangled organization. You get the sense that they had an idea of how this is going to work, like in a grandiose way up in their head,
You're
and it's
doing
not
great.
quite
This
getting
is a
there, and it's
really,
like,
really impressive.
it's fine. Get in your spots. You can look deeper if you want.
Have you ever worn the earring before?
I have, actually.
You have? Like
Yes.
to parties and things like that?
Well, a couple times.
How fun.
Is it enchanted?
Maybe. We'll have to find out.
And where do you keep it?
You are incorrigible. Get to your place!
Okay.
Stand on the corner, I guess. Stand on the corner.
Are we all standing?
Are
in
our
different
starting
spots?
spots within visual distance of each other, the verdict and Bell's Hill?
Yes, they are. They're just out on the street, like maybe like 100 feet from each other,
Great.
outside of the gate.
You guys ready to play paintball?
Which side should we go to?
Oh my god.
Left side, right side, front door?
I'm always a fan of left.
Just useful.
We head to the left.
I'm always a fan of left.
All right, we go to the left.
Which
I'm the exact opposite.
Should we follow them?
Not useful. Just
Maybe we just see where they go. We can just lead the way. No, it's probably not a good idea. I'm gonna go to the
That'll put them in front of us no matter what. Then.
Some awkward pause as you all kind of stand there looking at each other across the way.
When they say go, just blast.
They'll just blast!
I mean, come on.
See what they do.
Why not?
Yeah, let's let it happen.
About the table time.
how far away are the two groups?
Go! And that's where we're going to end the episode tonight.
I want to do it so much.
We're gonna pick it up next time for this fucking chaos.
You guys, we're gonna sleep. We're
Frozen
gonna
and
plan.
suspended in time like that. How far apart are the two groups though?
Like 100
100
feet.
feet from each other. 100 feet. Okay.
It's like you're out in the street facing it, 100 feet from each other, kind of catty corner to the outside perimeter wall. So there's like a little alley between the wall and the next building, and we'll just see where you guys go from there.
Guys, is this the Double Dare Toys R Us run?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Toys R Us run
I wanted to do
always
that
dreamed
so
of.
bad.
Our whole generation.
Sam Riegel as a child for a day.
You fucking asshole.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yes, FAO Schwartz. run.
Sure. I'm Sam Riegel.
I went to a birthday party at FAO Schwartz as a child, and we could play with any toy in the place. Sure. Yeah. Didn't everybody do that?
FAO Schwartz was the best.
It was a friend of mine who was a celebrity, and it was closed, and it was just us, and we could play with any toy at FAO Schwartz. This is a normal thing that all children did.
You gotta be Tom Hanks and big.
I had to rake my front yard for a month when I was 8 so I could afford to earn the money for my Gremlins 2 NES game.
I earned my invitation to that party.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're going to pick up on this chaos next week. We love you very much, and is it Thursday yet? Good night.
What's up, dude?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical.
We reach the top 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll. How do you want to do this? It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll. You can certainly try. It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. From darkness our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells had made their way to the Hartmoor hamlet on the northern edge of the Odiran Wilds, both to meet up with an individual who was present for the assassination of the Loomis twins and gain some information about that thread that has been tugging since the beginning of you meeting each other. And to check into a particular gig that was given to you, Ashton. To meet up with an individual, a Mr. Ivan Hytroga, who is the owner, purveyor, and the excitable figure behind the Twilight Mirror Museum here in the Hartmoor Hamlet, who, after a botched break-in at Hexham's Manor, decided to show off how stringently strong and effective his museum's defenses have been constructed and upped since. And you were all sent by Hexham as part of a wager to break in and steal a particular item within this museum before sunrise. Upon meeting Mr. Hytroga himself, he gave you a few ground rules. You have until sunrise, starting at midnight, so roughly 5.5 or so hours to find within the museum, which resides somewhere in his ridiculous manor, a particular object, specifically the Windfallen, which is an earring. You also are not the only ones doing this. There is a secondary team that is sponsored by Mistress Isha Sabanis that is going to be competitively searching for this at the same time. The winner, which can procure this object and return it to the hands of Mr. Hytroga before the sunrise, wins. And should nobody do it, he wins his wager, and you all go home dejected. For those of you who survive. To be fair, he did say that he put a lot of traps and said that they're not intentionally fatal, so I'm sure you'll be fine. But as you gather yourselves, gather your materials, did some shopping, found out some interesting history and some connections between the ruddy moon Ruidus and the sky, you all gathered outside of the museum. And at the strike of midnight, Mr. Hytroga said, "Go!" And you are off. What are you doing?
Jeez. Are the gates open?
You are inside the courtyard right now, kind of facing off of the other team, which is now kind of like scattering off into the nearby bushes of the front courtyard.
I should have
They
one.
scattered?
There. They scattered? They didn't go together?
We stick together, right?
I think so.
We took left, right?
We said left.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
I take off running left.
Left.
We're all going left.
All right.
Okay, I'm
so,
gonna go to the right.
Jerry Axe would be so proud.
Copy that.
Alrighty. So you all facing the front of the manor, head off to the left-hand side. Now there are a number of like hedges and bushes here that set up on this side of the yard, and there is about we'll say a 15 or so foot gap from the iron fence line that sets off to the side, the high wall, and the occasional
was
like
out for a second.
broken,
Holy smokes. And I'm
almost
back.
jail-like bars that lead off into the pointed poodle palers, as I call them.
Poodle impalers?
Poodle palers.
Poodle.
You can thank my mom for that one. That's awful.
Palers.
That's my mom's joke. Anyway, so as you rush off to the left-hand side, what are you looking for? What are you doing?
Are there any like root cellar doors along the left side of the building?
Make a perception check.
For windows. I'll look
Scanning
for
for-
windows.
Anything interesting?
17.
17. You do not see any root cellar or cellar doors on this side of the building. There are 2 windows. It looks like they are glass paned and have bars placed on the exterior of them, as well as curtains on the inside that are preventing you from seeing what's inside. But there is one set of windows that's closest to you and one that's further away.
Second floor windows? Ground floor windows.
These are ground floor.
Oh.
Are
Okay.
there second floor windows as well?
Glancing up, yeah, you can see there's a set of second floor windows above, yeah.
Are they-
And there is a third floor that from this side you do also see a.
Do they look like
set
they're
of-
barred as well, or?
From this high up, now that you've seen these elements here, they all appear to be similarly barred, yes.
And second floor windows are like 10 feet up, 15 up?
They're about 12 feet up.
12 feet up.
How many? What's the distance from where we are to like the back of the building? 50 yards, 100 yards?
The back of the building, it's not quite that large, I'd say. It's maybe about 120 feet or so.
I might try and just make that distance to see
Yeah,
what's on the
see.
backside.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with
Okay.
you. Yeah, we're going.
So Ashton and I'll keep running.
Should we try to get in one of these windows?
Okay.
Or at least check for traps?
I don't have a way to cut through, boss.
We did a really good job of making sure we got the layout of the building. We know all the entrances. We talk to people so we know what's inside the building.
Yeah.
You speak a dozen languages, know every local custom.
I'm sorry, does anyone here?
Well,
Got the earring by now.
alrighty. So we have Ashton and Chetney are both dashing off to the far end side. You turn the corner and glance, and you can see there are other sets of windows. You can also see that immediately at the initial glance, there is a rope dangling from what looks to be a second floor window, where there are a couple of figures that are currently climbing up.
Oh, they made it in already!
Going out and take their suits off.
I look back and I yell like, they're in the window already.
Tug the rope! Tug the rope!
Hold down. Well, they're already scampering in, right? Are they
Oh,
on? the rope?
you see 2 on the rope currently that are mounting upward.
Burn the fucking rope!
I'm gonna give the rope a nice big floof.
So you're gonna dart over to the base of the.
Oh, we're not there. Okay, I thought
No,
we were
you,
right
you,
there.
you guys just turned the corner, and a little ways, like about kind of middle of the back of the building, you can see the rope.
It's not that far.
That's
Probably could do
yeah,
it.
it's maybe about 50 or so feet.
I yell also back, second floor, they're going to the second floor.
I'm gonna go and give it a nice big. I'm gonna run up and give it a nice big thump.
Okay, you rush up to the side, which you're relatively quick.
Yeah.
You grab the base of the rope, and you can see one of them is currently holding onto the bars of the outside of the window, where the rope is affixed to, and the second one you can see is about to climb up, looks down and sees you rushing up and goes, all you hear is this voice, and I wouldn't say there's enough light at the speed you're trying to see exactly who it is, but you hear a voice go, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Right as you grab it, and I'm gonna say, go ahead and make a strength check.
All right.
Come on.
Shake that tree.
That's 20.
20. Okay. Let me see.
Follow that.
No, I'm just being a dick
While
right
this
now.
is happening, Matt, I'm going to start cutting through some bars.
Do you want to be on the first floor or the...
Yeah, I mean, I can't jump.
All right. One of them manages to hold on, which is the one that's at the top, who currently actually holds on to the bars on the outside and kind of gathers herself. The one that's in the process of climbing up, something goes flying off as the rope arcs and lands about 15 feet away from the side of the building. They rolled really low, and slams into one of the nearby rose bushes. You hear the crashing of roses, and you hear from the inside.
You all right?
You glance out and you can see what looks to be the small male goblin that you had encountered previously, who's like
Fair.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, they're playing dirty already.
I mean,
We started it.
we started it.
Yeah, we're...
Wisdom
Ooh, they're
saving throw,
playing
20.
dirty.
20? Oh. As he sits there, he kind of like does this hand motion, then blows air in your direction. You feel this like force hit your brain, and for a brief second, you feel almost like a tether of kinship is being drawn out of you forcefully, and you shrug it off. The charm finding no effect.
Wasted
I don't
spell
make
slot.
friends. Come on.
Apparently.
Do you think it's easier to
Are you gonna help me or not?
Yeah, all right, all right.
All right. He's gonna kick you right in the nuts.
Oh, shit!
That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
I can't believe you helped him up.
So you take.
pretty cool.
We'll say you take 1 hit point of damage.
All right.
And you just crack right to your groin. You can decide on how much that affects you or not. And immediately begins to leap past you, pushes past you to scamper back up the rope.
I'm gonna just do one backhand on the way up. Just a nice
Go
whack.
for it.
Nothing hard.
Okay, roll
I'm not
attack.
even raging. Hold on, let me take the damage.
He's being such a dick about it.
That was not right. Hold on, sorry. I did it wrong. Hold on. Sorry.
I love that.
There we go. Basic attack. Here we go. Unarmed strike. 16 to hit.
16 just misses.
Oh.
You go to backhand, but you're used to backhanding individuals who are about roughly your height, and you just manage to scoot past the top of the dome as the goblin kind of ducks down, leaps up, grabs the rope, and starts climbing up. And as they do, they cut the rope
Had a
beneath
quick
them as they get
game
about 10
glitch.
feet up.
So Matt, when he fell, I
Yeah.
turned invisible.
Okay.
And I started climbing up the rope.
Okay, hell yeah.
So I'll be right above him.
All right. So right as you're climbing up, you glance up and you can see that the other figure there is the hairless Qatari figure.
Yes.
Who at this point is kind of arms through the bar and is, you can see, like cutting with this strange device a circle into the glass about roughly this big.
They got glass cutters.
They brought them.
Oh, they prepared?
Damn
We
it.
tried to find them. They know we're breaking it. We just break the glass. We don't have to do this cleanly. We just gotta get it.
It's very true.
Wait, didn't he say though that we have to pay for what we mess up or something?
No.
Was that a thing? No. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
Minimal damage allowed.
Minimal damage allowed. Okay.
Necessary. Necessary.
Our purview.
So as you're climbing up the rope, you start seeing the figure there is like cutting through, and says, come on, down through you as you feel the rope begin to move, and now the goblin is climbing up behind you, and you're kind of like pincer between the two of them as the other one is kind of in the process of cutting through the glass.
Are there any windowsills or anything that I could latch onto if I
You could
needed
try and
to-
leap from the rope to the other side of the bars, because the window itself is probably about 6 feet across.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm walking.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's coming out my butt.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics for me if you don't mind.
Come on.
That's cocked.
That's cocked.
13.
13's not too bad, not too bad. You kind of like kick off the side of the building a little bit to kind of scoot and give yourself a little bit of a push. Unfortunately, with the weight beneath it, it doesn't get as far as you want. You kind of have to like hope and pray that you have just enough, and you just catch the bottom bar and dangle there for a second. The rope shifts for a second, and the goblin bottom goes like, "Whoa! Stop moving it!" It's like, I didn't do anything. You hear like the circle of the glass get pushed in. It doesn't shatter. It just poof onto the ground. With inside the building is, come on, grabs the arm of the goblin, and the two of them, which are lithe enough, kind of scoot through into the interior of the second floor.
The bars?
The bars are about that wide, and both of them are just thin enough to scoot through.
So you could go. We just gotta break the glass and you go in.
I'll follow just behind them if I can before they try and seal it up or anything.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely small enough to be able to scoot in through the same space. It's a little bit of like it's kind of like wedge your head a little bit at one point, but you do manage to get through. But indeed, you'd managed to scoot into there. Ashton, what are you doing?
I'm just. You vanished on me. I didn't see. I was hoping that they were going to drop the rope behind them, but apparently they haven't done that.
No, the goblin just cut it from where he was up there.
All right, I'm gonna hightail my way to the rest of the group and tell them what just happened.
Okay. In the interim, what are the rest of you doing?
I just started sawing through bars.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's possible. These are metal bars?
Yes, they are.
Oh boy, it's gonna be hard.
Is it better if I freeze the bars? Does that help? I don't know how metal works.
I don't know how metal works either.
We're back to this.
I could slowly eat it. No, I'm just gonna cut. I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna guidance myself and
Okay.
try to just cut through.
Okay, so as you like grinding against it, sparks flying off of it. Go ahead and roll.
Is this window just as wide as the one you described earlier?
This one's a bit wider.
What am I rolling?
Spell-
Bars are the same?
Bars are the same. So, would you roll?
What am I rolling?
This is just an attack roll with your.
Oh, an
with your
attack
blade.
roll?
Yeah, because you are currently trying to damage the bars.
Oh, 14 to hit.
14 to hit. It's not quite
Oh,
pushing
no.
through enough. It's a tough substance, and you're like sparks are flying, and you can see it's like it's leaving marks on it, but it's just not pushing through that first kind of initial charge.
Anybody got something?
Orem pops through the air and lands against the bars, and I'm going to try to see if I can slide through since I'm so
There's
weak.
glass.
But there's glass.
You gotta break the glass.
The glass is behind the bars?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I kick it.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Slice
for
your
me.
foot up.
It's gonna be one of those, isn't it?
That is, what is that? That's 6 plus strength?
Yeah.
Oh, 6. 6 total.
6 total. You kick back.
One of those.
Boom, the glass.
I can see it right
Fucking windows.
Ashton! Break this!
I'm running by. I guess I see what's happening. Without breaking strat, I'm just gonna take a swing at the bars and just see what happens.
Go ahead and roll.
Bars?
Go
Oh
ahead.
wait, you're in there.
The
Right?
glass.
There's the glass. We're trying to break the glass so Orm can get in.
Oh, then I'm just gonna take the,
Let's see if there's anybody at this
butt of my,
base.
Yeah,
of my
make a
hand
strength check.
popping in.
Come
Strength
on.
check or?
Strength check.
Come on.
That's good. 20.
20.
Okay.
The whole window like spider cracks and shatters into pieces, shards of it falling outside and inside the building. The curtains kind of get tugged and pulled, and you get a little bit of a glance of the dimly lit interior. There's like some semblance of low, kind of warm, almost like a fire or candlelight inside, and that's mostly dark. But you can now with the glass push past there, you can go ahead and like squeeze through, and you land into what looks like some sort of a dining chamber. There's very little light, and most of it's coming from other rooms. You can see there's one open kind of archway, a little bit across into the right of where you are, that leads into some sort of like a foyer type entryway, where some light source is coming from, and there's a faint light coming from the left-hand opening that goes into like a kitchen.
Okay, Imogen, a little light in here. First thing, oh, go ahead.
I was saying you can now see like the long table. There are a number of, actually at this point now we're not quite in the middle of the intensity of versus because you do not know where the other team is. So bringing the music down. Now in this creepy spaces, the lights go up. You can
Hello,
see there
is
are
anybody here?
Table settings with ready, set to go utensils.
Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Is anybody here? Hello? Is anybody home?
bowls and platters.
Let's
There are
go
all manner of
try
cabinets,
the,
and you can
other
see
base over
what look to be
along the way.
paintings, framed paintings of these beautiful landscapes, and in each one of them, usually like to the lower right, in the lower middle, and the lower left, you can see Ivan Hydroga in them going like,
Shut up. Like travel.
he's just, and they have all the little they have plaques on them, and that have like really tiny text that you haven't got a chance to look at yet, but it is a manner of eager display of his journeys and travels.
It's like the owner of a local diner.
More or less.
Of course, in the slideshow.
First thing I'm gonna do is size up the bars. Are they just built into the window, or are they part of like a locked like gate?
They're built into the window. You can see them. They're kind of bent at the top and at the bottom and at the sides to create kind of like this like cage like image on the outside of the window itself. So
it's not a fire escape door where the whole thing could swing out if unlocked.
Nah.
It's all built in.
It's meant to be an issue.
Double checking. My hammer is magical, so it cannot break. Okay, I've got the butt of it in already. I'm just gonna try and fulcrum this thing. I'm just gonna try and
bend the bars.
Yeah, they're already weak in theory.
Roll another strength check for me, please.
I will guidance you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've been guidance.
I've been guided.
So you get to add a d4 to this.
Thank God, because that was a bad roll. 13.
13. They have a mild bit of give, but after about like 20-30 seconds, you're probably gonna need some help to try and continue this forward. But it is taking up a little bit of your time to try and.
Anybody?
Who's strong?
I can enhance your ability.
I'll give you
Oh,
that.
well, you're not. You
advantage.
can go suck an egg.
Is Lodna thin enough in her shriveled husk to also squeeze through the bars?
I'd say yeah, you could definitely squeeze. Like you are thin enough to just whoop through the bars.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're going in?
Just let me. Excuse me.
You're gonna Abe Sapien your way into the building.
Oh shit! Oh, hey.
Okay, I can help you.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up and put my hands on the bars and just scream and shake them, and I'm gonna cast heat metal.
Oh, okay.
There we go. There we go.
Make an opening.
Okay, so first you go ahead and start shaking the bars, and they start glowing this like dull orange to a bright orange, and they will burn your hands if you continue to hold on to it. But the spell has impact.
Do the thing.
Yeah, do it now.
Now I'm gonna do the thing.
Yeah, now you do the hammer
Actually,
thing.
I'm gonna just try and hit the damn thing because I'll have an easier time of hitting
You're a
it.
good hitter.
So as your hands are still on it, well, you are a wildfire spirit druid. I'll say for the purposes of this, because it is not a combat scenario, if you want to just go ahead and bear down and embrace that like wildfire spirit, you can maintain holding onto the bars. And as you do, as you clutch, you can see like the edges of Fern's fingers also begin to glow to this dull orange, to like a bright orange, to match the color of the metal. And as you see it, the heat around it's causing the air to like shift and ripple, and right at that moment you realize this is where the metal's at its softest for what the spell can get it to. You glance over, make contact with Ashton.
Put it in.
All right, I'm gonna go for that, and if that doesn't give immediately, I'm just gonna smack it.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check now.
Guidance is good.
Come on.
Hello, is anybody here?
14.
14. With the heat metal spell, it begins to spread apart even further. Eventually, it takes you.
Hello,
a few
is
minutes
anybody
to do
home?
it, but between like all of you working together to wedge back and forth, the metal begins to push and drag and push and twist and push until there is a gap enough there where any of you could comfortably pass through.
Cool it down before. Does anybody got like
Oh,
the
she
water?
can cool stuff, right?
Ray Frost.
You watch as the heavy hissing sound fills the air. Mist begins to kind of ensorcel the area around it as it begins to slowly dissipate. You see the very, very dull glow vanish to leave the twisted and left open entryway to this side of the building.
Let's get in here. We spent 10 minutes fucking open a window. Let's go.
Go.
As soon as we get in there, I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
You got it.
And was there one door out of here?
2 doors.
2 doors.
There's one kind of across the way, a little bit to the right, that seemed to go to like a foyer space, and the one to the left seems to go into almost like a kitchen. You can see there are some curtains hanging from this like this kitchen archway door. There's no actual door, but you can just see past them a little bit of faint light and elements. Looks like a countertop with some cooking utensils that catch your eye.
I'm gonna pitter-pat across the room to the first door you described and just like look at is it open or shut?
This door is partially, ever so faintly ajar, just enough where you can see a little bit of light coming from there.
Well, I'm not going to touch it yet, but I'm going to look all around the frame of it and on the floor and see if I see anything that could ensorcel us or hurt us.
Okay, make a perception or investigation check.
We'll do perception. Yep, that's 23.
23. The story seems pretty clear. There's nothing visibly noting a dangerous array of enchantment.
Okay, blade comes out and the tip touches just above the doorknob and I push it open to get a better look through.
You glance inside and you're now looking into the inside of the main foyer of this manor. You can see to your left there is a large, wide curving spiral staircase that just curves up into the second floor landing to your left. It looks like there's spaces in the side of each part of the base staircase before it begins to do the wide curve, where you can see little tables, looks like little closets. You can see more of these large paintings that have other elements of beautiful Exandrian locales and locations with faint elements of Hydroga in them. You can see there are two statues that resemble him, both kind of framing both sides of the entryway to each staircase, both partially nude, hands up towards each other, mirroring each other, like they're weird, angels about to blow on the horns to call himself down. It is a unique display. There is two kind of glowing red orbs that sit within a cage-like lantern-like setup that give the faint light to the interior atmosphere. To the right of you, you can see the front doors from where you originally met Hydroga and kind of the exterior of where you were gathering before this all started. Across the way, you can see there is a closed door to a chamber beyond that way, and that is what you have.
Seems like we should go upstairs, right?
Caged orbs. Nothing good happens with caged orbs. This is just. This is.
Statues, do you want to take a look at those?
We could.
Are they gonna vaporize me if I walk between them?
They're holding caged doors.
We should give it a second. Do y'all have anything?
Yeah. So I mean, I can certainly see if those are traps. I can spend a spell to locate traps if you're worried about traps, or I could use locate object to try to find what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it though, so the best I could do is I can find all earrings around us. There could be lots of earrings.
It's a lapis earring.
A gold
Sure.
At
with
this
a
point in
lapis.
time, the handle on the door across the way at the closed door begins to turn.
Oh, fucking kill him!
Should I dispel it?
Dispel
what?
the doorknob?
The things?
Maybe we wait and see what
Let's
these
wait,
other
let's
people
wait,
do.
let's wait. Okay.
Draw your weapon.
So, what are you all doing?
I'm gonna run over to the door that they're trying to open. Can I use mending real quick to fuse the lock together?
Mending fixes things to where they were intended to be. The lock is intentionally functioning, so no, you cannot.
Are there any chairs in the foyer?
Oh wait! A movable rod. Click, click.
Oh!
Up against the door.
Okay.
Oh, it's opening out?
I think so.
Or is it opening in?
You'll find out.
At least get it in the door handle. Get it in the door handle so when they try to pull,
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, in between the door handle and the door, so it yes.
It's either way. Either way.
So it's either way.
Okay.
That's a good
so
idea.
you rush in, right as it, and you can see it looks like someone was in the process of unlocking it from the other side.
Fucking yes.
It does pull in, but the arrangement does. And you hear a voice. And you hear footsteps get quieter and quieter.
Oh, they're going another way. All right. You did it. You defeated the bad guy.
Real quick, while they're dealing with the statues, we're multitasking here. I want to be clear about that. While they're dealing with the statues, I also want to scan the front. Is there like a you are here map, or like a museum, or like a pamphlet, or like a logbook or something?
Make a perception or investigation.
There's like tubing pamphlet, there's a wax museum.
I'm gonna look for that while they do that.
Are we trying to disarm traps here? What are we trying to do?
I think let's find where the object is first, because what if it's in a basement? What if it's upstairs? You know what I mean?
Say it was on the third floor.
Oh, did you just guide her?
I did. Guidance.
Wow, you're amazing.
Damn.
I can try. I don't think it's gonna find it.
All right, while we wait for this to load
I will
back
try.
up.
It's got a
With the lapis jewel in
I will
it.
try my best.
Just think blue.
26.
26. While you're having this conversation, you glance around. You can see there are like small almost like thin desk tables off to each side that you go and pull them open, and they're empty. There's nothing within them. You glance around. There's no posters or maps. This part looks less like a museum, more like a home.
No fire exit map.
There does not appear to be. And what did you roll total?
26.
26. Yeah, you do not. All you see are the statues on the side, the glowing cages, and like the various framed paintings, and the entryway door behind you, and the staircase that leads up.
I'm going to cast Locate Object, saying the word wind folly and describing with my mind the shape and make of this earring, the lapis earring, and see if I can get any sort of ping. If I'm unfamiliar with the object, it says I can locate any a particular kind of jewelry or apparel or furniture or tool or weapon. But I also
Correct.
know the name of it.
You know the name of it, and it's been described to you.
Yes.
So yes, in casting Locate Object, you focus, close your eyes, and as you kind of extend your automaton consciousness outward, you feel the magic kind of spread like a soft fog, and then suddenly get pulled like a wind grabs it and pulls it down.
Down. It's downstairs. It's downstairs.
Say, we would have gone up. It's downstairs.
I'm gonna start tapping. We're still in that dining room, right? It's got wood floors.
No, they're all in the foyer right now.
Oh, we're in the foyer.
or at least you're in the foyer.
Yeah, she's gone. I don't know if everybody else has gone into the foyer yet.
I'm in the foyer.
Does it seem like there's any does it seem like it's possible that there's some sort of trapdoor on the floors?
Rugs.
You can make an investigation check to look.
Okay. Anyone else?
I will help you. I'll start looking around, knowing that it's downstairs.
Does anyone have good ears?
I mean, if I'm listening,
Maybe we should just do a quick just shut up for a second and listen to just see if you can hear footsteps around from other folks, you know.
Or below us.
Or below us, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Okay.
Room tone, everybody, shut up.
That's a 19.
Okay.
19. You listen, and you faintly hear what sounds like some rustling in the room beyond the currently locked door. It sounds like other doors opening and closing, kind of just barely beyond that room. So there's definitely some movement and some things shifting on the other side of the room. You do hear some faint footsteps from the second floor above, at which point we come to you as you have climbed into a room. The first thing you do when you come into this room is you hear this faint sound of water, like a brook, like a babbling brook, like a soft, gentle, mid-nature stream. And as you come into the room, do you have dark vision?
I do.
You do, yes you do. There is no light source in this chamber, but immediately looking around, you can see there's like ivy strewn across parts of the wall. You can see there's rock formations like built into it. There is a beautiful bed that has an intricately carved kind of canopy structure to it that spirals up like jungle trees, and you can see ivy pulled between them. This whole bedroom itself is themed to feel like you're in the middle of like a lush forest, and you look for the source of the sound, and you can see across the way there is like a semi-translucent, like illusory river just kind of running through the middle of the room. It is the strangest guest room you've ever encountered.
Madonna.
The very Madonna Inn.
Got that strong chlorine smell because it's indoors.
But you can see the one Qatari is currently like waiting at the side just as you kind of jump in. It's like literally to the left of you as you kind of glance and get the spin. You look over and see that they're right there going, come on. And they go ahead and start helping the goblin in through the bars and into the room behind you. Now you're trying not to be hurt. I need you to make a stealth check for me.
Huckabee.
Oh, yeah. 24.
24, okay. They both get inside the room, kind of take a minute to glance around. They do not seem to notice you, and you kind of carefully make sure that you're not keeping too close. They start glancing around. You can see them immediately starting to search underneath the bed, searching the other cabinets quietly, kind of like, you get the sense quickly that they are very experienced burglars. They have gloves on, they have materials, like the way they're...
Gloves?
A member's jacket, got a hat.
Oh, come on. Who robbed my house? What happened? Who were these mysterious rogues?
They're checking under things and sections here. The goblin goes on the other side and goes underneath this like beautifully carved nightstand element. He goes, oh, I think think I found something.
Yep.
Something in the ceiling shifts open, and you see a reflective surface above the bed.
Oh.
They both go. Presses it again. It closes. The goblin chuckles to himself for a second before the Qatari's like, just keep doing the job. And they both leave the room. They both rush to leave the room, moving to close the door behind them.
There's just one door out of the room, right?
It appears to be, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and keep up right behind them.
Okay. You keep up and you like slip through just as the door closes behind, revealing what is now a second-story landing. You can see it kind of wraps around where the spiral staircase comes up to the second floor.
Above the foyer, were they?
Above the foyer, which you have not seen yet, but all you see is this kind of like horseshoe-shaped landing from the room you just stepped out of. And there are, on this section, you can see another room that's kind of to the left that has a very beautifully kind of like pearl handle to it, and almost like a frame to it that looks like a picture frame. Like it has this very like beautiful display to it that is unfamiliar for a door you'd see in the middle of the floor. And then to the right of that, kind of further on you can see there's a hallway that cuts in the middle of the chamber and kind of goes off in a shadow away from where you can see. There is a third door, aside from the one you just saw and the one you just came from, across that way there, and a fourth one that looks a little more plain on the entire opposite side of the U from where you're standing. The two figures immediately kind of split and begin like checking the doors. What are you doing?
I'm gonna follow the goblin.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just tailing him.
Right. The goblin goes over to the pearlescent door, kind of listens in, goes and starts like checking the sides, like carefully, like not quite putting his fingers to it, but like inspecting the edges of it. Goes, pulls out tools, familiar tools, and starts going into the lock there, while the Qatari goes around to the red door and begins doing the exact same. They're both just kind of simultaneously casing elements. Qatari, as it's looking through, turns back and goes, "How do you think the others are faring? I haven't heard anything." At which point you hear resistance, like a door is having a hard time opening from down below. And they both go, "Shit! Is that them?" They both just stay quiet for a second and slowly begin to creep towards the top of the staircase to look down into the foyer.
Oh, they see us.
Haunted mansion vibes.
They don't get.
Yeah. Well, they'd see you.
Some opening drawers.
And as they both close, "That's them. The creepy one. It's right down there, checking the place."
Librarian goes to the beginning of Ghostbusters.
So we are not in the foyer. We're still in the room that we.
Casa Bonita place.
Yeah, we're right at the door to it.
We gotta figure out a way downstairs.
I'm gonna pitter-pat back towards that kitchen and just make sure, see if there's like servant stairs down, any kind of like
Okay.
Yeah, any like
worker.
ways down.
I'm gonna look for
trapdoors.
trapdoors. If there's wood floors anywhere, I'm gonna see if there's anything that looks like a seam. Just checking
Anything
it
under
out.
rugs.
Right.
And you're good at. You're good at.
Yes, I'm gonna help with that. I'm gonna help with looking for under rugs, I'm gonna help Ashton.
Okay. All right. Either both of you roll investigation checks separately, or one of you roll with advantage. It's up to you.
Oh, investigation.
Before
I thought it was perception.
I did too.
Upstairs banister area. I'm gonna
What's your
I'm gonna sneak back to the door that we came out of.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take out the fishing line that we got from that store. I'm gonna tie
I'm gonna-
a little loop around the doorknob that we just left.
Yeah.
And tie it across the hallway to like the bottom of the banister railing. So there's a thin diagonal piece of fishing line just going from the door to just covering the walkway.
You said like a little trip line?
Just a little trip line.
That's amazing.
Now, are you putting it just to the edge of the stairs or across the stairs?
No, like so the door that we came out of and then they split. I'll go back to that, tie it on that doorknob just across to where the bottom of the banister is. So there's just this little diagonal line so that if they come or cross, they might trip over.
Okay, you got it. All right.
While you were having that interaction, we decided that Laura's actually going to be doing the investigation side.
And I rolled with advantage because Ashton's helping me.
Yeah.
So that is a 21.
A 21. Okay. You take a few minutes in this central kind of foyer area checking around under there is like one large central rug that's part of this rectangular rug in the center of the main area. It has like a dull brown to red texture to it. It's seen some foot traffic. And glancing beneath, it seems to be just solid ground beneath it, nothing that catches your attention. Looks like there are 2 smaller rugs on the far back to the right and left of the staircase. You go ahead and check those as you pass by the 2 statues. There is a brief moment where you smell like a change of in the air, like a faint, almost like a sense of electrical fire. Before I need both of you to go ahead and roll dexterity saving throws.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I have advantage on this.
I know you were talking about dispelling them and everything.
Yeah.
Whoops, we got distracted.
20.
What about, yeah.
20?
Yeah.
That's a success.
Rolling for.
19.
Success. All right.
Anything
So
we don't dispel
I
has a
didn't.
possibility of popping them.
Yeah, I hadn't put the first. I made a map.
you both take half damage, so you both only take 8 points of lightning damage.
That's not so bad.
So you just like jump forward as soon as you have, and you glance to the side just enough to see both the statues, their eyes. These extremely gaudy statues. The eyes just kind of glow a bright bluish white color before they strike in the center. This like blast of lightning, almost like the two sides of a Tesla arc, just kind of in the center, and you both just dodge out of the way. Catches you in the shoulder, catches you in the side of the torso, and you both kind of roll to the ground and get up. And oh, that sucked, but you're fine for now. You also look back at the statues, and where the eyes are, there's these like dark burn marks, like with the smoke kind of up the side. And you see.
Oh, it was a one-time.
Maybe. Wait a minute.
It could be recharging.
Yeah.
Did they make it past?
You
or-
did. You made it past.
Okay.
So we're gonna check.
So you go ahead and check the rugs there.
Get the rows there.
Looking at the two rugs, there's nothing beneath them. The floors are solid. All you see around you are the various paintings that are all staring at you from different positions and different displays.
I was gonna start pushing the paintings aside to see what's behind them.
Okay, you're gonna start looking through the
Yeah,
paintings?
just
Okay.
checking things out.
You're on the right side, left side?
Whichever side I'm on right now.
We both
Left side,
left.
your left side.
When in doubt, left.
All right, so left side, your right side. Okay. So you start going behind the different paintings. It's just wooden walls, beautifully stained wooden walls, but wooden walls. Never
And there are
Nothing behind
there
them.
are doors to other rooms here.
There is one other door across the other side of the foyer. Like if you guys entered, essentially as you're looking towards the staircase as you enter, you guys entered from the left-hand side, and there's a door on the right-hand side. That's what you have currently locked with the
As
rod.
well as the one that leads to the kitchen in the previous room.
Correct, but that's adjoining to the dining room. No.
And that's where you went. Headed back through to look for the downtown entrance.
Correct, and we'll get to you in just a second, and we'll get back to you. And Imogen, you're on the right side, you said?
I'm on the right side. Can I just kind of stomp my heels onto the ground and feel if I can, like, sound out a hollow or area on the ground?
Yeah. Nothing kind of changed in there. You know, some of the wood creaks a bit, but it all has the same kind of solid feel. Anything else you can check out? You're good.
I
You guys
mean,
Is there anything else to check out? I mean, there's.
I don't. Yeah, I'm having a hard time
Sorry.
visualizing what the room is exactly.
So, best I can sit here. So, like, this is the entryway door. There's a large foyer space. And then in the middle of this open space, there is the staircase that heads up into this, like, slow spiral upward to the second floor. There's the door where you came in from, which is from the dining room, the door that Imogen locked. And then on both sides of the spiral staircase are kind of little alcoves on the side. The statues are right and left of the staircase. You guys both went to inspect, dove past the statues to get into the alcoves.
Got it. So
You've
I'm
checked,
on one alcove.
Correct. He's on the other. You both inspected floors on this side, and you checked the paintings, and you checked the floor with the
Okay.
stopping.
Then I'll look
and
behind.
rugs.
All right. Then I'll look behind the paintings as well.
Okay.
How are the orbs looking right now?
The orbs are just kind of this
They're still
dull-
glowing the same?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take one of the rugs and throw it through the little gate where we got hit by.
Okay. You throw it through.
Yeah.
Rug passes through. No issue.
Maybe you have to go quick before it recharges.
I'm gonna take the rug on my side. Can I throw it over the head where the eyes were?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and take the rug and put it over it. There it is.
All right.
But yeah, in checking through the other paintings on the side of the wall that's facing the staircase itself, you pull, what you see before you is a beautiful kind of base of a tower that rises up. It has like a metallic sheen to it. It looks like it was painted almost around golden hour, and it's hard to tell if the actual color itself is like a bright orange, kind of golden tint to it, or if it's just reflecting the skyscape around it. But it has that kind of like soft, almost angelic sense to the color palette to it. And at the base of it, you see Yvonne kind of standing next to it and just going, and it has a plaque underneath that says, Yvonne standing beside the historic tower of Duadio, the Golden Dream, Isilra. And as you kind of pull it aside, you can see right behind it, there is a door.
Oh! Damn!
Yes! Call all the paintings!
All right.
Way
Good
go.
work.
Orin went to the kitchen.
Here, I'll send a message.
Well, in the interim,
Oh, yep, let's go to Orem.
hold that message. Orem, you rush off to the kitchen.
Everything makes me anxious. I think that anything is going to hurt me, so I'm staring at everything I see, making my way into the kitchen, looking for the stairs down.
Okay. As you carefully enter the kitchen, as they're all, and it takes you some time to search. Like these things are like kind of over periods of time.
They rebuilt their base that quick, huh?
Step in past the kind of curtains.
Seen a lot of
inside,
people
and you can
building
see
their
there's a large
bases
slab,
back
kind of almost
prior
like an
wipe.
island. You can see there's.
If you guys watched
a
any of my
slate,
other
like,
live
L counter
streams
across the
or
way,
anything,
and there's
or my
these heavy racks,
videos
all manner
of the live streams over on YouTube, you know that was
butcher
always
knives
a
and blades and large metal
that was a
forks
base
that
that
are all
got
kind of
built up
hung from it and
pretty
dangling,
quick.
a whole
So
manner of cooking implements. The opposite side has like this beautiful like metallic, almost like a slate decor element in the wall. There is a doorway at the very end of that chamber, and what looks to be a door that leads to the back of the building.
So just the one door?
Mm-hmm. Although there appears to be almost like a closet door, and a door that would lead out of the room, which you did not notice when you guys were in the back of the building.
It's an easy 2K.
So I'll open the closet with the end of my blade and jump back as I do it.
Okay. As you walk through the center of the room, you feel this like buzz sensation to your right.
Pull the rose off of my belt and start backing up.
Okay. As soon as you feel the buzz and you notice this, you pull the rose out and you start backing up. The buzz is coming from your right-hand side, which is that large kind of metallic slate slab that's affixed to the wall. And you just have just enough mind to glance to your left, and you see all the utensils that are hanging on the wall. Stand up at attention before rocketing across to be dragged towards the edge. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Terrifying.
That is a 16.
A 16. So you dart back as fast as you can before about 6 things pierce you in the shoulder. You roll with it because you've been dueling and bobbing and weaving in combat, so you manage to roll with it, which reduces the impact. Just you barely hit the number. 16 was the DC. So as you roll with it, it hurts, but you know it could have been a lot worse. None of them pin you to the wall. None of them pierce all the way through you.
Oh, God.
But a number of these blades and
Sounds like
forks
that's
are now
coming
stuck
from
in
the
your shoulder,
exact
and you
place
do
I was
take.
just at.
Grapefruit
A
spoon.
little jagged fuckers.
Take 10 points of
Oh, yeah.
10 points of piercing.
I start. So those are all now lodged into the
They're
opposite.
all now stuck to the wall, and then suddenly the buzzing stops, and they all just clatter to the ground and off the counter. You all now, at this point, hear this loud ruckus as you're having this conversation. You hear this too, at which point the goblin goes, "Shit, something happened." And he darts off before flipping over, getting caught on the middle of the fishing line, and falls flat on his face before, oh, shit. The Qatari on the side goes like, what the fuck was that?
Just fucking
And
up this poor
finds the
goblin.
strings. That wasn't there a second ago.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
Backing away from the hallway, just giving space.
Okay, make another stealth check.
Okay. 17.
17.
I've only managed to cross this bridge once or twice.
Step back.
Buckabee. Buckabee.
There's another way to get around. It's over by the swamp.
Goes and helps them back up, and they both dart up down the hallway that you saw. That was kind of broke the center of the U.
Oh right.
In the interim, now they've darted past you, and you hear like the movement downstairs, and the rest of them kind of reacting to that heavy sound of clanging in metal. What are you doing?
Should I give chase or should I stay with him? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go after him.
You're gonna go after him.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you go ahead and follow the hallway. As you turn, as you go to the edge of it and turn to look down the hallway, it only goes about 5 or so feet before it looks like another staircase that winds up the other way that is enclosed, almost like a tower. You just see it curve out of the space, but the door is like barely open, and you just see the tail end of the Qatari disappearing up the spiral staircase to what you imagine would be the 3rd floor of the manor.
Amazing. Okay.
If your like whole job is just to fuck with them, it's pretty
Good
fucking
job.
great.
Just in case they get there first.
Yeah, it's good.
I know they're going the wrong direction, but,
Yeah, but-
Teddy doesn't. Yeah, I'll try and keep the tail.
Okay, you got it. All right. What are the rest of you doing when you hear this noise in the kitchen?
I'm gonna go run to the kitchen because it's Orem.
Okay.
I was about to send a message.
Right.
Oh,
So you
that's
finish your message. You're casting the spell as you hear the.
Oh, Orem. All right, did you die? We think we found the secret entrance, by the way. It was behind a painting.
So I shouldn't keep searching the kitchen?
I don't want to tell you what to do or how to live your life, but I'm just saying we found a secret passage.
Okay. And it goes down? Going down?
Does it go down? Does the passage go down?
We don't know yet. We have
don't know yet.
We're not going to open the door until we have some of the.
Just tell them to wait a second until we know where it goes.
The door.
It's just a door.
Yeah. It's the same coloration as the rest of the wood, but the edges of the frame of where you can see the faint line that shows the doorway and the handle that currently is kind of pressed up against it, where all of it was essentially obscured by this painting.
All right, we're gonna get back to you.
Hi.
Oh!
It sounded really bad, so I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Yeah,
Wow, you made a mess in here.
those were over there, and then they moved to there, but then I was there, and then this happened.
Okay. Was that door there? Went outside?
Well, we got to open the door to a closet now, right? Because the last
Correct.
thing I did was going like.
Yep, just as the came your way.
Is it just a lot of cooking utensils and stuff?
You look inside, and it is about a 4-foot by 10-foot like kind of walk-in storage closet. You can see there are some manner of like wheat sacks and rice storage areas. You can see all manner of jars on shelves, a broom.
Okay.
So many earrings.
I found it.
Is there any pie?
Got a whole Claire's in.
Sadly, no pie.
Okay. Well, maybe we could just peek in there while the others.
I'll give it a peek, see. And then are there any doors to the outside?
There is a door that leads to the what you remember to be the outside
Rear of the
back
home.
of the building.
Okay.
And are there any side doors on the way to that back entrance, or is it just
The kitchen itself is pretty self-contained beyond just the storage closet and that one exit.
It's a back door out of the kitchen to
Yeah,
the exterior.
there's one room to bring supplies in from the outside, and one room that goes directly into the dining room. There isn't much of a multitude of purposes beyond that.
That door we saw from the outside
It was not seen from the
was
outside.
not seen from the outside. Okay. I don't remember that door. Right? There wasn't one outside?
No.
Not that we checked anything out, but
You're an elite force.
we sure are. Okay, let's check the pantry.
Is there anything that is not just plain food in here?
It looks like everything here primarily has. You can roll a perception check if you want.
Taking an
I'm gonna start using my hooves on the floor.
Okay.
To see if there's anything.
Standard kitchen.
And the back.
Everything you need for a key party.
Well, if you're a good cook.
Oh, nice.
Just waste time. All right, so you begin to clomp around. This floor in here is like a slate floor, kind of matching a lot of the countertops in there. Not much of a change is catching your attention. What'd you roll perception?
21.
21. Glancing inside, hearing her clomp, 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 she stops clomping for a second, and you hear a sound that you didn't recognize before, just faintly with that roll. It seems like almost beyond the wall, the back wall of this, you can hear what sounds like heavy shifting, like things are falling and like something is being rummaged through beyond the back wall.
So I'm hearing somebody else at work, probably.
Probably.
Okay.
Is there?
They're looking for another maybe.
I'm gonna press along that back wall of the
Okay.
pantry.
I mean, the press one, you have to like move past and like shift a few things to get there. And you get to it, and it's a solid wooden wall. You kind of feel around. If you want to make an investigation check. Okay.
9.
9. It is definitely a wooden wall. You are uncertain how thick it is, but you can hear the movement behind, and it sounds like metal. And for a second, you think you hear something that sounds almost like a horn, like a.
I think that might be the bathroom.
At an airport?
I don't know if I'm mishearing anything, but it sounds like there's a lot going on.
Do you need it?
Huh?
Do you need it?
Do I need what?
The bathroom.
You hear hushed voices.
No, I don't.
You hear hushed voices, but they're too muffled from the side to really kind of make out what they're saying. You also hear like some other shifting and movement, and you hear what sounds like some strings plucked. Bing, 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 bing.
Music room. Yeah, somebody could be messing with a
And
harp.
another voice gets like, you can hear her getting frustrated, and another one, there's like 3 different voices now you can hear. And they're almost bickering, though you can't quite make out exactly what they're saying.
Is this wall one of the walls that's on the other side
Jeez,
of
you
the
scared
door?
me.
With the
It's
immovable
thank
facing
you.
the other, it's facing that side
So
of
it
the
could
house.
be that.
Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Are you going outside?
Possibly can.
Huh?
Okay, putting it in.
I'll be out there in a little bit.
Maybe there's a band that's gonna play.
Let's catch up with the others, and as we leave, is there like a sack of flour or lentils?
Yes, you guys can find something. One or the other. They're both present.
I'm gonna take both.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna grab 2 sacks, and I'm gonna sheath the sword and put the shield back, and I come out holding 2 big bags.
Hell yeah.
And find the others in the painting.
Wait, but the door.
Yeah,
the door.
but be careful, because, y'all, the statues are, they do shit. Yeah, they attack. There's a rug over that one. I don't know if it'll help.
You might just have to run and jump.
I kind of want to check that door, though.
What door?
The door that wasn't on the outside, but it is on the inside.
It's just a door to I mean, I think it's just a door
It's
to
just
get
a door
out.
to get
It's
out?
a great door to get out.
It literally was just us not paying
It
attention.
could be a hidden door to
So we found
downstairs.
a hidden door behind this painting,
Yeah,
right?
like I would like to try to open it.
So should we assume that it's trapped? Should I try to see
if it's trapped.
If it's trapped, or
Yeah.
just dispel? I could
Let's
just
see
dispel
if it's
that.
trapped.
Okay. All right. I will cast Find Traps
Okay.
and see what that does. Wait, do I have to be close? Close? It's just instantaneous.
Within the range that is within the line of sight. So as long as you can see in the space, it'll tell you.
I mean, I don't think I've crossed past the statues yet to get there.
Not yet.
But you could still see the
You
outline.
still see
Still
it.
see it.
Yeah.
If there's light in the room.
Yep.
You can look
So
everywhere.
yeah, I will find traps and scan all over the place, not just there.
Okay. So, right as you see Fern and Orem return to the central kind of foyer area, Orem clutching 2 large sacks.
I'm still gonna.
Or
I'm gonna
you-
try the door.
You try the door? Okay,
Yeah.
no, you see Orem arrive. You go ahead and cast Find Traps, glance across the way, and a faint kind of translucent purplish energy immediately becomes brightly visible around the door mechanism.
It's trapped! It's trapped!
Well, then I won't open it until you dispel that.
Does it seem like a magical trap? Can I tell?
It appears to be magical in nature. Yes.
Okay. I can dispel it.
Perfect.
I'll use dispel magic. And I will dispel it.
Okay.
I'll just sort of aim at it and focus and try to shut off the arcane effects.
The purple energy dissipates, and the whatever trap-based enchantment currently was placed upon that door is no longer.
Okay, open it. But we still don't know if we can
Oh,
go
is it
past
unlocked?
the
Should I try to open it now that?
Yes, that's true.
You go ahead.
You would have noticed
You
that
get
the
we pushed to open it, and
Yeah.
So
Okay, so it's locked.
That's right. When I used Find Traps, did the statues appear armed?
you go ahead and glance over at the statues now. The one that doesn't have the rug on its head definitely also gives a bright kind of white-blue coloration to its entire torso area.
So it is still
Throw the rug the other. I take the rug.
Place.
All right, guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode. Stay tuned for the rest of the Bell's Hells episode 20, Breaking and Entering. And yeah, I'll be back soon.